Oh, tick, 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 tick. It's almost time to do the trick. Oh, God. Are you going to survive between now and draft night? When number 13 is on the clock? See, this is the thing we might be confused about. When 13's on the clock, are we going to be on the clock? Or are we going I saw one trade I had to say, man, I'd do that in a heartbeat over every. As much as I want Ruggs, if indeed the 49ers called up Washington, who seems to be no longer interested in the number 2 pick, and says, "Yo, is if Rob's not around, man, who is this on the phone? We can make a deal, all right? Because look at here, 49ers, yeah, John Lynch. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to give you number 31. I got to fatten this pot. I'm gonna give you 31. And how would you like to bring D Ford to Washington? 31 and D Ford. Give me that number 2 pick. 49ers are on the clock at number 2. They select Chase Young, Ohio State defensive. Oh my! Oh God! Oh, I'd be. You know what? I went nuts like last year for Nick. I went nuts when we got Buckner. This year, I'd probably go a combination of the feeling I had when I got Buckner and Nick. It'd be like somebody had to hold me down and pull sedatives down my throat, man. Because now I got Chase coming off one side. I got Nick coming off the other. I got the Ohio State connection. I don't know what happened to him. My arm standing up the middle. I got DJ Jones over here. I don't know how many other guys doing a whole lot of other things rotating there. That defense is now just destroying people. I ain't got to worry about Chase talking about my leg, my hair, my. I woke up after that 5 or 6 minutes of a dream, and I said to myself, pray. Prayer changes things. You see, the thing is about Washington is there is no deal possible in Washington because the fact that the owner of the Washington Redskins hates, words cannot put into proper perspective how much Snyder hates Shanahan and the Shanahan family. I know, right? Rob Gronkowski comes out of retirement. Okay, let's talk about the 49ers. Headline news. Javon Kinlaw wants to start his career with the Niners. Albert Breer, the MMQB, speculates that 49ers may be looking to trade or cut Tevin Coleman? Really? Jake Kinlaw went public with his desire to become a member of the 49ers top Russian crew, as you probably already heard about. That may be enough to put him in position for the Niners due to, and I don't know how much other GMs take it seriously, but if a player already indicates feelings toward another team, I guess it didn't work for what's his name over in Cleveland, but franchises may be aware of the fact and maybe want to move on past him if he's already got his mind made up to be somewhere, because it could do something to his energy level if I bring him into my team. You know what I mean? Maybe. Will, I got to tell you, though, man, I got a new feeling about your boy, man. I ain't lying. Tevin Coleman's future with the Niners just emerged the other day. I was kind of surprised about that. But here, much of what Breer is saying sounds to be based on speculation, though. It does make sense. So as I checked it out, Albert Breer feels that NFL teams may be holding on to veteran players with the hopes of drawing some trade interest heading into the draft. And that only makes sense, right? And I'll explain that further here as Breer does. With the entire offseason up in the air, right now due to social distancing amid the COVID-19 misery, teams may be more willing to acquire experienced players rather than gamble on rookies who have never taken an NFL snap. Because, fam, when we go into the season, that's why the 49ers have a huge advantage this year. We go right into the season with the guys hitting the ground. What I don't like, though, is Kyle's not going to be able to alter his playbook like he does every year to keep teams off balance. That would be a drawback because guys will not be able to pick up what Kyle is cooking for at least a certain amount of time And so teams could sit back and think they know the playbook or know what to expect on certain plays, right? And certain movements can give them an idea. But you know what the nice thing about Kyle Shanahan's pre-snap movements and things like that? You don't know what's coming in. Play action. His brilliance is uncanny. If you have a lot of pre-snap movement, that already confuses your defense and the DC for the most part. He can say all he wants to. Man, don't pay no attention to 49ers or all that movement, man. It don't mean nothing. Well, do you know what it means exactly? No. And if they go into play action, which I wish they would do more of, maybe they'll do more of that this year now that McKinnon's in the lineup. More about that later. But the thing is, you can't really set up for that because they're going to do something. And Kyle's going to manipulate the defense as he sees it. See, so it's hard for people to actually get a playbook and say, we know what you're going to do. We've been watching the film. Go ahead and watch the film. I give you some more film to watch, okay? Go ahead. Anyway, there will be an off-season program, but it's going to look different than it ever has due to the misery we're going through right now. The focus will be on online meetings and teaching through video conferencing platforms like Zoom and things like that. The hope is to get back onto the practice field down the road. But for now, the league will, like everything else, is adapting to our changing world. Bree speculates Coleman is a player the 49ers might be hoping to move this week. If they can't, he may find himself searching for a new home. Really? Bree believes that his quoted saying, Niners running back Tevin Coleman and Colts DB Quincy Wilson are two more who came across my desk this week. And if guys like these can't be moved, it's impossible that a few guys like that get cut before teams start their virtual offseason programs next week, unquote. See, that makes sense, though. If any other year, Coleman would be in camp, working his butt off, trying to make the team, right? This year, the 49ers don't have that luxury. No other team in the NFL has that luxury due to the restraints that COVID-19 is putting on NFL and everything else. Scary stuff, huh? 49ers have last season's breakout star, the Dream Mostert anyway. Penciling as the featured back, Jeff Wilson Jr., Jeff Wilson has got to be the most. Wilson can come in, ain't played all game long, and make a game-pivoting play. He's just done that so many times. That dude's. The whole 49ers need to keep him just for that reason, for no other reason. But Mostert, Wilson, he just signed his one-year tendered contract. And the team still hopes to see if Jerick McKinnon. I got a feeling they think they know Jerick McKinnon's going to be ready. Otherwise, why would anybody contemplate? They're going to get Breer didn't necessarily have close ears on the clubhouse like that. But why would anybody contemplate that otherwise? This is the thing. A lot of people think that TC is better than McKinnon for the most part. And that's why people think that the whole team's better than McKinnon. Everybody wants to see, get rid of McKinnon. He ain't did nothing. Well, he ain't had a chance to do nothing. How do you know? So the thing is, Kyle knows what he's capable of in his offense, most likely. So that's why he's going to keep him. Other than the fact they've already paid him $16 million. You got to get something out of him. Besides, McKinnon just restructured his deal a lot like Quan Alexander, so you don't get rid of guys that do you a solid like that. And Matty B's name also came up as potential trade candidate, but you already know about that. 49ers have made pretty clear that he would be worth a second-round pick. Of course, they should know that's not going to happen either, so I don't know what they're going to do with that. Coleman signed a 2-year, $10 million deal last year, but rushed only for 544 yards and 6 TDs through 14 games and 11 starts this season. 11 starts this season. That's why I always said, why has he always got to start? His rushing total ranked third on the team behind Mostert and Breda. Of course, if you take last season's pecking order seriously, coming in third on the order and being paid the most probably won't do, right? And that connects with everything else. So, yeah, I can see where TC might be on the block. Would you approve of that? Meanwhile, former South Carolina defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw answered questions from fans this week during an AMA with Bleacher Report. Mrs. Kinlaw's baby boy, which team he most hopes will call his name this week. J.K. responded with, if I had to say, I'd say the 49ers. Another fan quickly asked him how he would feel playing alongside Nick Bosa. Eric Armstead and D. Ford along that San Francisco 49ers doomsday defensive line. Kinlaw answered with nothing but praises, saying, quote, "They're just a wonderful group of guys, a talented group that works together. They work together for the same goal, not individual achievements. And that's to get the win at the end of the day. Yes, that's what I want to be. I want to be a part of, someone who looks at it as a whole," unquote, JK. Niners own the number 13 overall pick and aren't currently slated to make another selection until number 31. But you know this. There are mock drafts that have Kinlaw headed to the 49ers, but most have the team selecting a wideout with its top pick this year. We've been working the trenches for years. Every year we say, "Give me the sexy pick." No, you've got to build this team from the inside. We've been doing that for years. But I got to tell you, with Kinlaw's comments, the boy has melted my heart. If he wants to be a 49er that bad, and you know what he went through as a kid, this child lived on a street for a while. His motivation coming off the street is what made him into who he is. I can't turn my back on that kind of character builder. You see, because that boy has rage in him like so many others don't. If you compare his mindset and mentality with somebody like Dante Pettis, if you're in a back alley under serious stress from a lot of bad boys, who do you want standing next to you? JK or Dante? Because Dante's going to leave you standing there. JK is going to clean that alley up, and you may not have to do a thing. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of guy I want on my team. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I tell you what, of course, you know what, though? Whoa. Here we were. Oh, yeah. There are mock drafts that have Kinlaw headed to the 49ers, but most have, as I mentioned, it's all about the wide receiver. Of course, team decision makers could go in another direction should the top 3 receiver prospects all be off the board at number 13. Fam, you know what we need to... There's a strong possibility that the Raiders are taking Ruggs. Judy and Lamb could be gone before that. I don't know where Ruggs is as far as teams go. I do know we want Ruggs. Kyle, you heard about Kyle. He's been calling Ruggs almost constantly. Him, the Raiders, and the Broncos. It's like whoever gets the first pick is going to get him. Who gets the first pick? A friggin' Raiders. Dang it. Anyway, that's why I'm saying we may be getting cloudy. Cloudy is like, the 49ers do want to address, no matter how much we try to look past the fact that we can actually rotate and take care of whatever Buckner was doing, the 49ers want to fill that void. They do. And I don't know how, you know what they're going to do? They're going to abandon, if they're going to do anything, if Ruggs, Judy, Lamb are gone, they may trade out of 13. They're probably going to try that immediately. But if Kinlaw's there, they may get him. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to speculate what they're going to do there. It's really a tough one. You tell me, okay? Because I really wonder, is Kinlaw, is he in position? Possibly. The question from JK ended with, what will Kinlaw bring to any potential suitor? JK responded with, just a relentless type of guy, consistency, leadership, a different type of focus. Well, there you go, fam. I got to tell you, man. Mine is all jumping up. Hey, Jordan Barrett, thanks, fam. Kinlaw reportedly only wants to play for San Francisco. Oh, God, kid's got me going, man. I think I'd like to have him, too. You know, if he's that serious, bring him to Santa Clara. J10 says, first the Raiders were loving Henry Ruggs, now Mike Mack loves Lamb. You know, they must be watching. I tell you, man, getting second would like to see Matt Breda and a sixth for OK Howard. That ought to be his name too, OK Howard. That's all he is OK. See, I watched OJ one game, but I was done with OJ. But Jameis Winston hit him in the back of the ass. He was running for a pattern. They were right up against the goal line. All he had to do was turn around. He had a touchdown. They would have won the game. Jameis was livid. I said, boy, what was OJ thinking? OJ, you're already near the goal line. Ain't nobody in front of you. You can take a look back and see what's up. No. Talking Man 78, go Niners, Niners Empire, Niners for life, all hashtag. Talking Man, what's up? God. What did he say? So Sean Bullard, thanks, Sean. He says 31 and, wait a minute, is that the whole one? Oh, yeah. 31 and TC or Breda Goodwin for Jamal Adams. Woo! Tony S., what's up? I think the Niners are all for one of them, but wide receiver, if they are gone, I have a feeling they will keep 31 and move back. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get this straightened out in a minute because there's certain things I can't read here. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. Are we back? Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Tony. Anyway, where were we? All right. Okay. Matt S. says, hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon, Matt S. Jim Taroka says, hey, could Brown drop to us at 13? You know what? I can honestly say absolutely not. There is no way Derek Brown drops to 13. Not a chance. Mr. Block Guy 22 says, hey, look, Ronbo's, hey, a swerve is about to happen. A move will happen that any of us didn't predict. Either way, as long as my team is on point, let's go. You know, as a lot of times when you think you got a dilemma with this team, they usually come out ahead of your expectations and there is no disappointment. Could be the case. Could be the case. All right. Let's see. Are we going to do this now or are we going to do this later? It's the draft? Okay. Because I don't know. We should say Big Show's draft a little bit later. All right. I got no phone call right now. Let me see what I got over here then. I know it's. We're okay. We'll be fine. We're fine. Having a great day so far, huh? Hey, Dre, come on in, Dre. Dre, Dr. Dre, where you at?
Yo.
Hey, Dre.
Yo, what's happening?
Dre, today I think I stayed away from fake news, but I did. You know, Dre, I don't know, man. I see TC being moved, Because I'm not crazy about TC. I'm going to be honest. I put up with him last year. Everybody else was all excited about him. I was trying to clap for him. But every time he got the ball, I got scared. I said, Cloud, would you please run Mostert? And then I'm checking out Kinlaw, and I'm saying, you know what? If the Raiders snatch Ruggs, it looks like if we can't get past the Raiders, that's what's going to happen. I said, maybe Kinlaw ain't such a bad idea. He really wants to play for us, Dre.
Yeah, I mean, when a guy just comes out and says that he wants to play for you, man, that's an honor. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, they, I'll go anywhere. No, I want to be a Niner. I definitely can respect that from Javon Kinlaw. I definitely can. I think Albert Breer, there's kind of a discrepancy with that story. First of all, Matt Breida is, John Lynch has not veered away from telling you guys who he is trying to trade right now.
He said already mentioned
the speculation is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's disrespectful to what John Lynch is doing. He's telling you guys, Marquise Goodwin, he's up for sale. He's telling you guys, Matt Breida, he's up for sale. Okay, now people saying, well, I really don't like Tevin Coleman. Man, there's a lot of NFL teams who would like a running back who averages 4 yards a carry. I mean, he only got 137 carries last year, Ronbo. That's not a lot. He had 180 yards receiving last year, and he averaged 8.9
did he have that
yards
many yards
per
receiving?
reception. Yeah, he did.
I didn't think Kyle used him enough in that capacity, for one thing. And I was wondering
why. He had 180 yards receiving. He averaged 8.6, and I think he had like 12, 13 receptions. And he had seven regular season touchdowns, and then he had a game where he had 106 yards and two touchdowns in the playoffs.
He killed the Panthers.
So I mean, yes, he had that 2 touchdown game in the playoffs also. You can't. I mean, you just can't look past that. You know what I'm saying? He was the guy who's going to come in and run in between the tackles and get hit by 2 or 3 defenders, and then Moser comes in the game and it's a change of speed and he breaks a big one. He was the guy that was grinding down the defense. And I don't think people realize that. You know what I mean? He's a pretty good damn back. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that it's kind of disrespectful for.
It may be, Dre, but when you come to the financial part of it, and if McKinnon looks good, do you want to save any money in that way? And right
Ronbo,
now,
Solomon Thomas is getting $9 million. Ronbo,
I'm getting
Solomon Thomas is getting $9 million. Ronbo, I'm just saying. I mean,
I want to trade him so bad I can't stand it.
Hey, $4 million ain't bad, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to play Captain Save-A-Hole for Matt Breida, but this dude had more fumbles than he had touchdowns, y'all. Like, I don't understand you people.
I've got no real opinion about that.
I mean, y'all are real different, bro. It's some real different people that's Niner fans. Hey, but you're part of the faithful. But man, y'all real different, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I'm not playing Captain Saver for somebody who had more fumbles than they had touchdowns. I'm sorry. I mean, they show a Matt Breida highlight, and the only damn one they show is that run against the Browns. You know why? Because that's the only touchdown the son of a gun had all season. But I digress. I mean, I digress. Hey, send 176 and Matt Breida and get O.J. Howard. I will be extremely happy. Or send Matt Breida and 176 to the Giants, and I will be extremely happy to get to get Ingram. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. Y'all can save on them if y'all want, but I'm not saving on no names. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving on what's going to be better for the team.
You may say Ingram because they're not saying anything. When the 49ers don't say nothing is when it's a good sign. Ingram is appealing, and I'll bet you they've noticed. They just don't want to talk too much because somebody come and snatch out from underneath them.
Yeah, and if you notice, man, a lot of this stuff does not come from the horse's mouth. It comes from pure speculation. And you know what happened? This is the theory that I have. I think that when they did the test run on the draft, I think the 49ers did some wacky stuff. And the reports came from other GMs who ran their damn mouth. And, they started to talk about what they thought the 49ers were going to do. John Lynch is a genius. He got everybody on their heels as far as when it comes to other NFL
It's a
franchises.
game with
If they don't
him.
know what the hell we're
He
gonna
be
do,
planting
it,
seeds
it definitely
and
is.
misleading people.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Yeah, man. So like I said, man, I got a lot of respect for what Tevin Coleman did for our team and what he brought to our team. If you ask me, if would you rather take 49 points or would you rather take no? What's 9 times 7?
It's
He
56.
had 9 touchdowns, so yeah, that's 60. What is this?
56. 56,
What's
57.
nine? Yeah,
57.
56. So would you
56.
rather take 56 points or 7 points? You tell me. I don't know. I like 56. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, man, like I said before, man, if those three guys aren't there, we know who they are. I definitely would take Javon Kinlaw. I mean, you have to take the best available. And I feel like he'll be the best available. If those three guys are going, I
Let
think
me,
he'll be the best available. That'll make
and,
an instant impact on our team.
and there you go, Will. Even Dre and myself,
Yeah,
if we can't get Ruggs, we'll take your boy Kinlaw. Dre, we got.
I mean, I said it yesterday. I said it the day before yesterday. If
I know.
they're not there,
I'm
I'm
joining you.
taking Kinlaw all day.
We got it.
Yeah,
We got.
man, I'm taking Kinlaw all day.
Well, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Dre. And with that,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
countdown to Thursday. All right. All right, Phil.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Good
man.
stuff.
Shout out to TNT fan, man. Trey Trez, Big Show, player partner Will, Jerry Fresh, Russo, Shea Lewis, man. All of the guys, man. We got less than 48 hours, y'all.
Yeah.
We got tomorrow, and we'll be on to the show. We'll be on to the show.
Close.
All right, bro. I'll holler at
All right.
y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, Dre.
All
Night,
right.
fam. Hey, dollar bill, Will. Will, come on in, Will. Oh, Will. Yeah, Will. Where is Will?
Music to my ears. Music to my ears. What's
Well,
up, Ronbo?
hey, come on, man. Just jumping up and down, telling people in public he want to be a 49er. Shoot, he going to win everybody over doing that. Man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Shout out my player partner Dre, man. He a real one, man. Straight up. He that's my guy right there, man. He always keep it 100, regardless of what what's out there, man. But yeah, man, I agree with everything Dre said, man. That is an honor, man. A guy like Kinlaw, at that caliber, man. He'll be an instant impact on his team, man. But I understand everybody want to receive and whatnot, but it's few teams that want those three receivers, man. So I mean, you never know. We don't know how it's gonna go until Thursday, but that was music to my ears, hearing that he want to be a 49 man, because that's the guy I want. But we all can't get what we want. We just gotta get what you need. So, but yeah, man. A breeder. That Tevin Coleman stuff, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Tevin Coleman is a bruiser back, man. He contributed a lot to our season last year, man. It was a few games where he didn't do as much, but when it was time to come through, man, he came through every time. The dude is a bruiser back, man. Played, like Dre said, played game Minnesota, man. He delivered, man. He helped that team win that ball game. Man.
He had
But
a lot of great moments. But Will, here's what I want to ask you though. Okay, let's start from the top. Okay, Mostert is the guy on top, all right? Then you could go ahead and go to Jeffrey Wilson. Then now you go down the order. Now, Jerick McKinnon, I'm not sure where he's going to rank, all right? And now you got Matty B and you got TC. You got 5 running backs, and you're not going to be able to keep them all. If they can't trade Matty B, and they're not going to get a second-round pick for Matty B. I don't even think they get a third-round pick for him, because running backs just don't have that kind of clout anymore. They don't grab that kind of trade material.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, what are you going to do? You got 5 guys. Which one are you going to? You got to get rid of one. Actually, you really do, unless McKinnon comes in hobbled in the beginning.
Well, let me break it down. Jed McKinnon, when Kyle Shanahan first took the job for the San Francisco 49ers, man, he was him and the New York Jets was in a bidding war with Jed McKinnon. Kyle Shanahan stated that he wanted to base his offense around Jet McKinney. Unfortunately, Jet McKinney got hurt, but Kyle still wants to see what can this guy deliver in his offense. He want to know if this guy can do what he stated that he wanted to do. He wanted to put his offense around Jet McKinney, and he want to see that before he do anything else.
There you go.
Jeffrey Wilson is a proven back. Goal line situation, you can count on him all day long.
Always
Came
drama.
through in the Cardinals game with a game-winning touchdown. I mean, he's solid, man. He's solid. Everybody sees that.
He's amazing.
Tevin Coleman, you saw what he did. You saw what he did in the home game against Carolina. You seen what he did throughout the whole season. When it was time for his name to be called, he delivered as well. He had a few bumps in the road, but hey, when his name was called, it was time to come through. Maserati, man. Hey, I don't have to explain. We all see what Moser can do, man. This man is a perfect piece to this Kyle Shanahan offense.
In fact, he's not on the list. He's not even on the list of people to get rid of. I'm actually saying, of the other four, what are you going to do?
Man, if it's crowded, man, that's got to be Breida, because Breida has ended up being inconsistent, fumbling the ball, playoff game. He didn't even play in the Super Bowl. When you don't play in the Super Bowl, Ronbo, that means something, man. Kyle is telling you something. He's telling you something.
Why didn't the 49ers just let him go? They were trying to get trade value. So Breida is sniffing down the wrong road, possibly. And they were looking to see if they could get something back for him. They're just going to maybe go ahead.
Let me tell you something about John Lynch. John Lynch, this has been for years. The San Francisco 49ers is a team that know how to keep stuff solid. They stick to a code. They don't let you know nothing. If they want you to know something, they gonna put it out there. And you gonna find out. They gonna do that. But 49ers have a reputation of keeping stuff in-house until it's time to be put out. But if it's something that needs to be put out or don't mind getting put out, you're gonna hear about it. You really gonna hear about it. Albert Breida is one source. I haven't heard it from multiple sources. And maybe Albert Breida got it wrong. But
big possibility.
If it's out there, the 49er officials is going to send it out there, and you're going to hear from multiple people. So if John needs to let something get out there, you're going to find out, and you're going to find out from multiple sources. We only heard one source. It was one source out there talking about some Juju Smith-Schuster, and it was a fake report. I mean, you know.
Well, you mean years? This year? Juju Smith-Schuster?
Yeah, it was some.
I saw something somewhere, but
Twitter account, but
sometimes I don't even read things that I know are just outrageous. You know? I don't even bother. I should have read that one. Okay.
But I'm about to get off the line. But I will say this though, John Lynch did state on the Rich Eisen show today that he said you can get a starting receiver in the 5th round. So to all you receiver fans there.
Oh, but wait a minute. Remember, it's John talking. John. Don't tell him what his motives were behind making that kind of statement in public. We'll see.
Right. That's why I say. If John wants you to find out something, he's gonna say it himself, or he's gonna send it to the 49ers officials to put it out there. So
it's part of his playbook when he starts talking publicly, ain't it? Yeah. That's what he does. All right.
So Thursday. So this coming Thursday, Ronbo, expect the 49ers to make some noise Thursday. You're gonna hear it's gonna be some movement, a lot of movement. But we just don't know how it's gonna end up until Thursday. So it is what it is, man.
All right, fam. So, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, the night before Christmas, and lots of creatures stirring. I will.
For sure, man. So, all right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fan, man. Player partner Dre, Trey, Big Show, Russo, all them guys, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, Sheik, Sewer, Big Show, all them guys, man. Hey, man. Tampa Bay, Florida, Super Bowl 55, 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
I will. Night.
All right, night.
All right, fam. Hey, Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Oh, Lee. I feel, Lee, I've got that feeling now of elation because the fact of the matter is I am pretty much figured now that this struggle and tug of war on Henry Ruggs going between Vegas Henry even said it himself. He says, man, Vegas, Denver, and 49ers are calling me constantly. I said, I knew it. And Vegas is picking before us. So I'm giving that up. And since Kinlaw is like telling people, look, I want to be a 49er, I'm about to jump on the Kinlaw train and damn everybody else. I like him. But I mean, Lee, what are you thinking on that? And the TC thing, does it make any sense to you? And you got 5 running backs. Matty B just signed a tender. Doesn't that mean the 49ers have to pay him no matter what? Whether they cut him loose or not? Or is it dependent upon whether he makes the team or not? It's a very interesting situation. But Lee, what are your thoughts on some of these things?
Oh yeah, Ronbo. As you know, I want a wide receiver at 13. You know, I'll be happy with. I like CD, but I'll be happy with him. I'll be happy with Ruggs or Judy. But if they're not there, Ronbo, I'm not jumping aboard the Kenworth truck. That slow truck ain't going to get us to Tampa. Okay.
What Kinlaw? What
We need
kind of
that
truck?
We need that Lamborghini. I'm not jumping on that Kenworth truck, Ronbo.
A Lamborghini racing against a souped-up truck. I guess, okay. Now I can see, well, yeah.
Against Kinlaw, the Kenworth, the old broken-down Kenworth truck. No, thank you. If I had to pick a defensive player, Ronbo, it wouldn't be Kinlaw. If the receivers are gone and I'd move back with the pick, I wouldn't take Kinlaw. I would take Chase on.
Chase Young?
I said it to a few people, and I think Trey said it yesterday too. He said it, and he was on Monday, Ronbo. You take Chase on, yeah, because if you get Chase on, he's the long-term prospect to be our edge rusher on this team with Bosa. He's the one with the athleticism and the skill set to take over D Ford. D Ford's a $14.5 million cap.
I get rid of D over. I mean, it would take me 5 minutes. You can't get Chase Young unless you got to go through Washington, or unless you're going to go to number 1 and give up every asset we got.
Nah, Chase Young's not supposed to go, Ronbo, to Atlanta, which is after us, so we can move back at that pick and still get him.
Whoa. Where did you hear that? Chase is going to. There's no way.
No, I'm talking about K'Levion Chason from LSU.
Oh, okay.
Not Chase Young.
Okay, now I can.
K'Levion Chason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's the guy that you mentioned that is a good edge rusher as well. All right. I'm not seeing.
Yeah, he's the next edge rusher. He's the next edge rusher, and he's like an outside linebacker. He's like D4. He's explosive, first step, quickness. He can bend. He's that guy like that could actually take over from Ford long term. You could use both of them this year and then next year to save cap and save money and be the long term guy up there with Bosa. You'd have 2 edge rushers, Ronbo, on rookie contract.
He's going to get a lot of work this year if he joins us because D's not going to play the whole season. So, he'd get lots of work in this year.
That's the thing. He's even good. He can even drop. You can drop him back into coverage, Ronbo. He can drop back into coverage. Like I'm an LSU, and I've seen him. He's good against the run.
It's pretty athletic.
You can push him all over the place on rundowns, and he can come in and be an edge rush on the rotation this year and be the long-term guy to take over from D Ford, and he saves so much money. Because the reason we're trying to move these guys isn't because we don't want them. The reason we're trying to move these trades is because we're trying to free up cap, and D Ford's on a lot of cap. And after this year, we can move on from them because the way they structured the deal, Parag did a real smart thing. It's a 2-year deal.
Yep. Because especially if that knee just gives all the way out this year. And his hamstrings, now not only one hamstring is gone, but 2. But you know what really kills you, Lee? The guy is straight nails when he's feeling good. This is what bothers me so much. When he's ready, boy, he's ready. Yeah. You're not, no matter what you bring out of the draft, they're not going to be better than Ford. It's just that Ford's not going to be on the field because he's not feeling well.
Well, that's the thing, Ronbo. We're going to use him. We're going to take all the gas out of his gas tank and get a Super Bowl this year, and then he's going to go because we've got Chase on.
Okay.
We're going to breed the pup to take it. Yeah, we're going to breed the young cub to take over the line, Ronbo.
Yeah. All right.
And then you have your edges and your defensive line sewed up for years to come. Well, and we got all that cap to play with, and we could sign a tackle in free agency next year.
I got no problem.
So when Joe goes, we got our edge rushers and we got our tackles. Yeah. But yeah, that's just the thing I had instead of taking Kinlaw, and I think it's there's very few edge rushers in this draft, Ronbo, and I don't think next year we'll be in a position to draft an edge rusher. So with all the talk about Ford, I think with the injuries and he's not getting any younger, so let's use him this year. If none of the receivers there, then we got plans. You could go Kinlaw, you could go Chase on, but yeah, I just like that sort of route instead of the other route that people want to get Kinlaw. We've had DeVoris Buckner, we've had Armsteads, we've had Thomas's. It's like he tackle nearly every year,
Yeah, I know. But a lot of teams in the first round, especially in the top 20, you see a lot of defenders, more than anything else, going off the board. So it's kind of a normal thing. But we'll see.
Everyone's looking at receiver, but it wouldn't shock me if they go in this offensive line or D-line and work the trenches, because the Shanahans do that. If you go back and look at the Shanahans over the years, they get their skill players later in the draft. And don't expect the receiver at 13 because,
greatest running backs in the world came from Shanahan and his, the Shanahan father and son duo, and they didn't get any of them in the first round. So, it's crazy. Jay Lee, I'll tell you what, we're going to see tomorrow. I got your draft, got your explanation. Well, I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to do that. So, be on the lookout. We'll be displaying Lee's mock in just a little bit. We got to do a little more work on it. All right, Lee.
No worries, Ronbo. Thanks for the platform. Thanks for the Empire. Thanks for everything you do. Go Niners.
Hey, thank you, man. Talk to you later. And we go to Chill, Pill, Phil.
I'm not chilling.
Uh-oh. What happened? Phil, you're always chilling. What's going on?
When everybody starts talking about getting rid of D Ford, they're crazy and don't know football. Number one.
I love him,
He is
Phil.
one of the most premier pass rushers when he's in the game of anybody in the NFL.
I agree.
And we've got him for a cheap price at $15 million a year. That's cheap for an edge rusher.
No argument to offer for that. I just worry how much of him can we get across 17 games? This is the only thing I worry about. Because when he's out there, Phil, he is straight
But we've got
money.
Ronald Blair. We've got Ronald Blair as a backup. We're not drafting Chase on. He's not very good. I'm sorry. I think what's going to happen is if the wide receivers get taken off the board, that means somebody slips, and it's most likely going to be tackles. And I think we may pull the trigger on the tackle. Like Wolves, if he's available, you can move him into guard for a year, and then you've got your heir apparent for Steelers. So, that might be the way that the Niners go, unless they can trade back. If the wide receivers are off the board.
Ezra's supposedly
The other
pretty
thing
good.
I want to comment on is Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, please do.
Tevin Coleman is definitely trade bait. I'd be calling Tampa Bay tonight and seeing if I could get O.J. Howard for Tevin Coleman. Straight up. They want a pass-catching running back. We need a backup tight end. Coleman would get $5 million off the cap, even though $2 million of it is guaranteed. It goes with the trade. If you cut him, you're going to eat $2 million of his contract. So you're not going to cut him. And then you keep Matty B. Rita had more yards per carry. And I don't care what Dre says. He only had one fumble for a loss during the regular season. And it was against Atlanta. And you can go look up NFL.com, look at the stats. I'm looking at it right now, and he had one fumble for a loss during the season. So, and Rita's got the speed. You've got McKinnon that can do the pass catching. And frankly, we didn't throw a lot to Coleman. But I think McKinnon would do more because he's a better route runner.
Well, that's what Kyle wants to do with him. So, it's going to be interesting to see. That's why I said,
only if they're healthy,
it's disrespectful, but when you look at all the points being made, TC does make sense. He was third behind the other two running backs. So, I mean, and including Matty B, like you mentioned.
So he even that.
Yeah.
and you've got Jeff Wilson backing up there. So
Yeah, he is
my
solid
take is
back.
Tevin Coleman. The division knows him because he played for Atlanta. So
Yeah, as
he's
matter
got
of
a
fact.
$5 million price tag, a little over $5 million, almost 5.8 that you could transfer. You got O.J. Howard, who's only got $1.9 million on his cap hit.
Oh,
And
hey, wait a minute. Isn't this OJ's last? Isn't he in his contract year as well?
yes, but you've got a fifth-year option
Fifth year.
that you could
Yes.
trade him with.
He's a first-round pick. I forgot about that.
So, and I don't like Ingram because New York wants too much. They want the 31st pick for Ingram, and he's standing in a damn foot boot.
I know. I
He's
would
not
point
even
that
out
out
of his boot
to
yet.
whoever's talking to me in New York. Hey, what's that on his foot? It looks like a boot. Now you're going to tell me you're going to want my 31st pick? I'll give you number 5, maybe a number 4 next year. And they probably hang up the phone, but still, come on,
you know what?
guys.
I think Tampa Bay would take it right straight off Tevin Coleman plus the money, and give us O.J. Howard and a 1.9. We'd save $3 million off the cap and keep Matty B.
I like your deal, and I wish you would they'd use you. You call New York for the 49ers and tell them you're representing John and get that done.
Phil, what happened? What
I
happened
knew
in the
he'd be
Vikings
here.
game? What did Matt Breida do? What happened? What did Matt Breida do in the Vikings game? When we had the ball with 1
He
minute and 33
fumbled in
seconds.
that's the playoffs.
Oh,
talking to
so that's one fumble, right? He fumbled
and
3
that
more
game was
times.
over. That game
Hey,
was
just
over at that time.
Hey, just because your team
George
recovers the
Kittle
ball, you
fumbled. George Kittle
ball.
fumbled in the Atlanta game.
What happened in the Rams
You gonna
game?
cut him?
He fumbled, saved by the camera because it's damn.
And don't cut me
damn.
off anymore, man. You always come into my calls. I don't come into yours.
I'm taking a dude with 9 touchdowns over a dude with 1 any day. You have a nice day, man. Keep my name out your mouth before I hurt
You're wrong. You're
Keep my
wrong.
name out your mouth.
Well,
All right.
when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Oh, listen. Let's go ahead and wrap that up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a third party find the stats on both for Breida, and let's see if we can get this straightened out. I'm not getting involved.
He fumbled one
Phil,
Viking game. The game was over.
yeah,
And
Phil, we got to
once
go
in the
though.
Atlanta game.
Well, Phil, you know what?
All
we're,
right,
we're,
man.
We're going to go, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
So I'm not chill anymore. So
You know what? Well, no, apparently you unchilled on me, Phil. You know how I feel.
all right, man. Talk to
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
We get so emotional about our guys, you know. Hey, KO.
Hello?
KO.
Hello?
KO, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. My bad. Just put the headphones in. What's up, man?
KO, man, we're just sitting here talking about TC and is he the guy to say goodbye to? If you got 5 running backs, I don't think we're keeping 5 running backs. Well, I think we're going to keep 4. We did last year. Which one of your guys is the one you want to keep? And that'll let us know who you don't want. And then, Kinlaw told everybody, I want to be a 49er. Man, I like Kinlaw now. KO, how you feeling?
I told you, bro. I still want a wide receiver at 13.
Oh, most of us do.
Like that.
I'm just scared.
Yeah,
I'm thinking the Raiders
going
gonna take my guy.
Kinlaw's like one of them situations. Like, if he's there, you feel me? I'm just gonna take it. That's
Yeah.
probably the best available. But
Yeah.
I feel like the Raiders. I'm not here in Las Vegas, so I think the Raiders they gonna do something stupid and try to hop up and get Tua. You know what I mean? Do something dumb like that right before.
Wait,
when they gotta get a
wait,
receiver. I think
Kel.
they're gonna do something like that.
Kale, I read about that. I laughed. I kept going. Are you hearing more conversation about that in Vegas? This is hilarious. Because I heard about
I'm
that.
telling you, bro. That's what I was hearing. Man. So, if they do that, CD or Ruggs or one of them gonna fall right in our lap. So
Derek Carr, time is up, and nobody and Tua will be there because everybody's scared to death of Tua. Tagovailoa, no. So Raiders say we'll take him. Okay, go ahead.
So, but yeah, so if we have to get rid of a running back, though, I say why not get rid of Tevin Coleman? You feel me? Like that's $5 million we could save. You know what I mean? Who else is available right now? In the draft, we could probably get us a running back with that. Probably like later on in the draft, like the fifth round.
Way later. You don't need no running back unless you just got somebody to put
exactly.
in camp.
That's why I say cut our losses with Tevin and save that money. You know, use that on something else. I wouldn't mind like trading for like O.J. Howard. So I mean, I hear everybody hating on him and on the chat and stuff like that. But I'm with O.J., bro. That boy got wheels. You feel me? Him and Kittle would be something nasty. That's a cold little combination.
And you know, O.J. probably would. His game would probably go up a level with our coaching staff.
He ain't have a good quarterback. He ain't had nobody to throw to him. I mean, come on, bro. You can't get mad at his stats. I mean, he ain't had no quarterback.
I ain't gonna hate on Jameis like that. I'm starting to feel sorry for Jameis. He can't get no job. He's out there wondering whatever nobody will call him. Not even for a backup.
Jameis is a Jamarcus Russell 2.0, bro. He's a straight bum. You feel me? Like, you know.
Somebody said something
Jameis
like that.
Might go to Miami. They say he might go to Miami.
You know, people said that before he got drafted, bringing up Jamarcus. I said, oh, no. Jameis, man.
Telling you, bro. I think that other boy is trash, too, the one that played for the Redskins, the Haskins.
Oh, yeah. What is that dude? He can't.
They all the same.
Comprehension skills. He doesn't know. They took him all year to dumb down the playbook so he could get it. And they told people about it at the beginning of the year. I said, oh, how big a loss of face is that? If that was me, man, can't y'all talk about something else besides the fact I don't understand this playbook? I'm ashamed. I can't walk down the street no more. You know, see, you're right. He may be done.
I don't like the Redskins, though, man, because, you know, they stole our boy Reuben Foster, and that was my boy. That was my favorite player, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was my favorite player on the Niners. Reuben Foster. When they came and grabbed him up, I was mad. I was like,
but KO, you know what? We wouldn't go get him. Even if the Skins, anybody would have got. 49ers was done with Reuben. I hated it, too. I wish Reuben could have picked up women that know how to act instead of.
I'm just hating on whoever got him, man. I don't care who would have got him. I would have been mad at them, too. Really, somebody got my boy, man.
Oh, man.
But I wouldn't be mad, though, if the Niners did get Kinlaw or something like that. I wouldn't be mad at them. You know what I mean? But it would just be too basic, bro. The Niners keep doing defensive line every year, bro. I'm tired of that shit. Like, we need something new. Something fresh, you know what I mean? Like,
and they may go OT.
Give me something to root for.
Yeah. We need a sexy pick anyway.
That's just my thought.
Yeah, I agree. We've been dealing with the trenches for a long time. How about the receiver or the crazy cornerback or something? You know what I mean? You know,
I'm telling you. I wouldn't get a cornerback at 13, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I just don't think CJ, that'd be like a reach. Or that boy from LSU, I think that'd be a reach, too, at 13. I wouldn't get no corners at 13. I'd probably go with Kinlaw. But for sure, for receivers available, that's number one. That's Mando.
Well, you know, it's we got 2 days to go, KO. And I'm scared. You know, I'm reading reports. I mean, I'm listening to an interview on Pro Football Sports, and there's Ruggs sitting there saying, yeah, Vegas, the 49ers, and Denver calling me constantly. I said, wow.
That's what I heard, too. I heard Denver might move in front of us and try to grab a receiver, too. So it's like, they're saying a lot of crazy stuff. So I guess we'll see.
You know what? If the 49ers don't get Ruggs, they're gonna leave. I got a feeling. They don't want Judy. All Judy does is come in and take away plays that Kyle's got designed for Samuel. And then people don't understand that. We want Judy. What do you want him for? Debo's gonna take his job before he even gets there. Why get him? We got Debo. We got Kirk. I mean, we got Debo. We got Bourne.
Hey, what you think we doing at 31 though, bro? Like, who do you think we're gonna stay in that pick or we're gonna trade out? What you think? The 31 pick.
They don't want two first-round picks to have to pay. Well, somebody said that you don't have to pay as much for 31. Okay, they're trading 31 if they can. It's not a given that they can. They're going to try, though. Oh,
man.
KO, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna work on that question. KO, we got to go. We're out of time. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you,
fam.
brother.
You too, KO. Talk to you later, fam. Hey,
See you
hey,
tomorrow,
keep your
Black
ears
man.
open for
Be strong.
Vegas, man. I'm dying to know what they're talking about. Yes. All right. Talk to you later. Oh, God. Flossie, bait.
Ronbo, what's up, man? What's the business, fam?
Stressing out. You know, because as we close to Thursday, I'm going to lose my mind. But I'm trying to remain calm enough to talk and breathe and all that stuff you need to do. But Flossie B, the 5 running back situation, Albert Breer, MMQB, is sitting around talking about, you know what, 49ers probably go, if they're going to get rid of anybody, it's probably going to be TC. Now, Dre brought up a good point in TC and what he did for the team last year and some of his great times. And then again, you know, it's still, he came in third as far as production goes. Do Matty B is in Kyle's doghouse, but maybe not. And Kyle they re-signed him. So what? If he's really the doghouse, just cut him loose. Then, if you're that mad. So you still got 5 running backs. What's up? They wanted actually to get some trade bait.
So they tell you right there, Ronbo, if he signed them back, that he in the doghouse, but he still got faith in them in some way,
Right.
somehow, or he got some type of value in him as far as getting a pick. You know what I'm saying?
So they're trying to use him. That's
So,
wrong.
Man, as far as Kinlaw, man, I like Kinlaw because he's a physical specimen, man. And you can't teach speed, and you can't teach the build of a person. You know what I'm saying?
In character.
But I'm not liking Kinlaw like that, man. I like Kinlaw, but I like him because he want to come to the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? But I like a couple more other DPs, man.
He's a pretty good football player. I mean, I watched him on a tape. He looks tough enough. You're right though. There's better.
I'm on the Gallimore, man, and the Marlon Davidson train, man. That's what I'm messing with them. I like them, man, because they dogs. They just jump off the tape for me. They just dogs. You put them with Bosa and D Ford and Armstead. It's just like they just dogs.
You know what though?
And Kinlaw, I like him. He just don't got that dog to me. He do it every now and then.
Okay, you watch a lot of college ball, because on his tapes it looks like he got plenty of dog. So you know that's what those are highlight tapes.
I like him, man. But it's like he's just like a one-trick pony. You see what I'm saying? When you look at Gallimore or you look at Marlon Davidson, they got other moves. They got moves like a Bosa. You see what I'm saying? They're not just going head up and using their physical ability.
Because that won't work in the NFL, not all the time. That's true.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? You need them spin moves and all that, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So we get them deep forwards, we get them Bosas, them dudes that use their hands real good, but got spin moves. You know what I'm saying?
And apparently they've been teaching Eric too, because Eric came up with all kind of juice this past year. I'm his fan too. I knew Eric could be better. I didn't know he could be this much better though. I was kind of shocked. Delighted but shocked. So yeah, we got skillful guys on the front line. You don't want to throw the wrong guy up there with them.
Exactly. See, like as far as Buckner goes, Buckner was great, but when you put him with both of them, he just used his power. He didn't really have them spin moves, techniques like
quick steps and stuff like
that. Exactly. But when you put DJ Jones in there, DJ could maneuver, and he played better than Buckner did.
He said it. Hey, but you know what's so funny? Because DJ Jones and that quick step of his and his hand movements, he's got this thing coordinated. Did you see how he abused the Hawks center? That I think it's some kind of a rookie. Oh, he made him look like a rookie. Jones was in that backfield within a split second. The rookie was laying in the dirt. I said, look, Joe, DJ, what did you do to that dude, man? So you're right.
So that's why I'm not on the Kinlaw train, Ronbo. As far as him wanting to come to us, I'm on his train. But as far as him just having the hand technique and the spin moves and stuff, I ain't on this train, man.
Yeah.
I ain't on this train.
That means he never be a Solomon T. Jr.
Now, as far as our wide receivers go, man, y'all don't panic, man. The whole draft, we can get the whole draft full of wide receivers. So we ain't even worried about it.
John Lynch
we
already
ain't
said
even
it.
worried about that. That's the last damn thing we worried about right now.
He said he can get one in the
It's a
fifth
damn
round.
wide receiver.
Yeah.
But Ronbo, I do agree. We do need a number one receiver. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if we found him in the 4th round, the 5th round, the 1st round. We need a number one receiver.
It's possible. Remember, George Kittle came out of the 5th round, and the 49ers scouts are razor sharp. They know who's going to work in Kyle's system.
I'm liking that boy Brian Edwards for a number one receiver. Of course, I like CeeDee Lamb for a number one receiver. I like Antonio Gandy Golden for a number one receiver.
Yeah,
I like Mims for a number one receiver. I also like T. Higgins for a number one receiver. Justin Jefferson could be a number one receiver. So it's a few number one receivers, I think.
There's a lot. Like you're saying, a lot of these guys are going to fall down into rounds where they didn't imagine they was going to be. You know? And we said, damn, I ain't been picked up yet.
Even Michael Pittman can eventually be even though I don't like USC receivers, Michael Pittman can eventually be a number one receiver.
Pittman struggles at the line of scrimmage. He's got it. I don't know. Maybe you could teach him. I don't know. Pittman struggles at the line of scrimmage, and that might be a problem. But he still gets a lot of production, so I don't know, if he can work out in the NFL now, but we'll see. But Higgins and those other guys, Higgins just does everything okay. What I like about Higgins, he's not wildly great, but he does everything okay, well. But I don't know if he's going to be a number one receiver type of guy. I think Debo would keep him behind him. You know what I mean? And Debo's not going to be a number one receiver. Debo's going to be that jack of all trades. What you want me to do? You want to run the ball? You want to go out for a pattern? You want me to go in the slot? I got everything you need. I got anything you want to do, Coach. Just tell me. I'll get it done. That's Debo. So
and the only way I'm trading the 31 pick is we get Jamal Adams.
Ooh. Tell you what, Flossie B.
Somebody
Adams, else said that.
That's the only way I'm gonna trade the pick.
We got to go, fam. I'll see you tomorrow, though. Okay.
All right, man. Faithful, man. Y'all stand up, man. Y'all be easy, man. Take it easy in this Corona stuff, man. Have a good night.
For
God
sure.
bless y'all. We coming back, man. We're going to win the Super Bowl, man. For real. We just got to draft the right people.
That's it. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Yo, Jalen Rager is good, too. Yeah, Jalen Rager is good, too. I like that boy. But anyway, y'all have a good night. Jalen Rager and Brandon IU, cool, whatever his name is. They both play the same. But, yeah, all right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Yeah, hey, Flossie, Rager's who I was talking about yesterday. I saw his name, that's what I'm talking about. You know what the block on him was? His blocking is weak. That's what would get him in trouble with Kyle. Because you know how Kyle is, man, you can't block, you can't play on my team. Hey, Billy!
Yo, what's up?
Billy, man, we're just checking out. Man, we're looking at, we got 5 running backs. Albert Breer out there talking stuff about, man, look out, 49ers line was trade TC or let him go. And I said, wow. And then I read some of the reasons why he thinks that. I says, damn, that's kind of accurate. And then you got Kinlaw talking about, I want to be a 49er. Come on, man. Some say, oh, man, let him be a 49er. I kind of like him now. But, hey, Billy, what are you thinking, man?
Well, first of all, I'm glad I could add some content, add some value. Talking about TC yesterday.
Yeah. Did we talk about? Go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, did we talk about TC yesterday too?
Yeah. I was the one that told you about Albert Breer article.
That's right. You're the one who pointed to Breer, and I went to check that out, and I says, you know what?
Yeah, you weren't too sure about my credibility on it.
No, I just didn't know about TC. I got to tell you, Billy, I try not to say anything bad about TC. I got called on it today, actually. As soon as I said what I said about quoting Breer, Dre called in, and he thought I was disrespecting TC. I wasn't disrespecting him as much as I was just pointing out some of the truths involved, because it is true. He was third on the order, and he did have a few highlight games, and he did well in the playoffs, actually, especially for a guy that was hurt. So, it's hard to really just slam him, Billy. I'm like you, and I try to keep it to myself. I'm not crazy about TC, but he is not a bad football player by any stretch. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm honestly I'm okay either way, and the I'm not so sure about him getting traded because just like last season, I think he just showed that Kyle likes him. Like Kyle just likes him.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know if he would trade a guy that he just likes. Yeah, exactly. He trusts him, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he would want to trade a guy that he does trust compared to a Breida who he obviously doesn't trust as much.
No. That's why when it comes down to it, Billy's you're probably right. At the end of the day, it's Matty B that he's going to cut loose. It's not going to be TC. He's going to have TC. He's going to have McKinnon. He's going to have his bell cow, which we got to call him that by now, Mostert. And McKinnon's going to be a specialty guy. And you got Jeff Wilson, Mr. Highlight Reel. So, I think that it is Matty B that's out.
Yeah. So I was giving the draft some more thought as well. And if all the receivers are snatched up before the big three, if the big three snatched up before we can get our hands on them, I could see us, in an ideal world, maybe trading with the Dolphins, who I think have 18. If, let's say they draft Tua and they want to get him some protection, if they want to move up and draft O-line, in an ideal world, we could move back, maybe grab a third or fourth, and then grab Kinlaw then. That would be an ideal world if we didn't get a receiver.
If you're going to drop back and you get some more picks in the process.
Mm-hmm. And then if we don't get if I had to guess, we would pick a receiver later. But I do think people are forgetting Jalen Hurd. He looked good in preseason last year.
Looked real good.
Trent Taylor, when Garoppolo first came over, Trent Taylor was Garoppolo's number one guy.
Yeah,
Garoppolo loved throwing to him.
It was he shared passes between Garoppolo and Marquise Goodwin. Those are the two guys that worked the field all day. And Kendrick Bourne made cameo appearances. That was what it was. And George Kittle wasn't a star yet. Remember that first year? George hadn't quite broken out yet.
We could see the potential, but he was not there yet.
Yeah. So it was if Trent's healthy, he's going to be the guy that's going to be ringing up the ball most of the time to destroy the interior of the field. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And now he's got Trent. And now if Jerick McKinnon's healthy, Kyle has got added dimension to what he wants to do now. McKinnon runs routes probably as good as anybody on the team, but he's a running back, right? So now you got a guy that can abuse the linebacker.
To be honest, I don't really remember that well.
Oh God! Just look at Minnesota.
Because it's been so long since I've seen him play.
Yeah, look at the Viking clips. Watch this one embarrassing move he put on this defender near the goal line. I didn't know McKinnon's got. Good God, he can make cuts, razor sharp. The defender was just embarrassed. I said, "Damn, he could have been a wide receiver. He's too short for a wide receiver, maybe, but good Lord, he's got moves." So I know why Shanahan wants him, and I know how he wants to use him too. So,
yeah, and I don't want to be pessimistic about it taking Kinlaw, like the less sexy pick, because as Niners fans we've been deprived of that sexy pick. I mean, obviously Bosa, but I'm talking like offensive, like an offensive, just like the top quality weapon on offense that we're picking early on. It seems like it's been a while, and it would be very us to go get Kinlaw.
Right? And can we stop being us every year? Right? I know what you're talking about. I want my first choice is a wide receiver this year too. And Buckner wouldn't have done what he done. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. It would have been clear cut what we were going to do with that pick. But we wouldn't have 13 either.
Yeah, trade out of 31.
Unless we traded.
Yeah.
Traded
well, it would have been trade out of 31 and just accumulate picks.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Billy, we're gonna run out of time here. Let me go ahead and see you tomorrow then. Good stuff.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Ronbo.
Thank you. Night, Billy. Hey, Jay, come on in, Jay.
Rambo.
Jay.
What's next?
Jay, tonight, man, in your Holland scheme, Jay, I mean, Jay's rolling down the road. Kinlaw melted a brother's heart today. I read about how he told everybody how he wants to be a 49er. And then I'm checking out 5 running backs And I'm wondering, we ain't keeping 5 running backs, Jay. I said, I wonder who's leaving. And then Albert Beard points out it could be TC. Jay.
As in my brother Trey from the DMV found me. And I do mean found me. Rambo, first of all, I just got a couple of little things to point out.
All right.
I got a bone to pick with you first.
Uh-oh.
Stop saying we gonna get it. Stop saying any receiver we get like Judy or somebody's gonna take away from Debo. That's not the case. You know.
Well, you know, I only mean that in a way where I think Debo can take care of any work that Judy would be, and I that's why I like the speed dude. But I know what you mean, though, and I'm just because I'm being biased.
Any receiver we get is gonna help out. Any receiver we get is gonna help out. It ain't gonna take away from Debo. Debo still gonna do Debo.
Be Debo.
Kyle Shanahan still gonna get Debo. And then it's like the last caller said, TC. You know, he's a decent, good back, and he's dependable. And that's Kyle Mann, so we ain't getting rid of him. That's Kyle Mann.
So it's probably going to be Breda. I mean, it looks like it would be, right?
It's most likely. And then this Jeffrey Wilson, he ain't decent back, but he remind me of Kevin Barlow. He ain't no flashy back. You know, he's a decent, nice little back. But he'll go line back, you know, situational back. But
that's him.
He ain't going to get us no 1,000 yards.
No. And he ain't going to be in there long enough to get 1,000 yards. No way. I mean, it ain't possible.
Nah.
So,
you know, TC and Mustard Day, I want 2 punts. And we ain't getting rid of either one of them.
Well, you got to see McKinnon, though.
Yeah. As far as the draft goes, I say they either going to get one of them big 3. If they miss out on them, they going to miss out on one of them 4 top tackles. They going to trade back. They going to pick up as many picks as they can. You know what I mean?
And you know
both of them picks back.
And that means the Denver Broncos can step up and claim the prize. Because I know they're going right to Denver.
I mean, if they don't get one of the receivers or one of them tackles, they gonna trade back. They gonna trade back because, like, you know how I feel about Kinlaw. You know, I think he's Solomon Thomas 2.0.
And you know what? Somebody said he ain't got no moves. I've not watched college ball. I don't know what he looks like. So, you know, if he's gonna come in and do a Solomon, no.
Yeah, I mean that's the number one thing that's the number one thing they say about him. He ain't got no pass. He's just all power and quickness.
Yeah,
but,
and they got,
and that's the same thing they said about Solomon when he came out.
And so they got people can stop you from. They got dudes can deal with you being powerful.
He built strong just like Solomon. You know what I mean? And stop all this notion like John Lynch and them had the best drafts. Man, they ain't had no best draft. They ain't had no choice but to draft. They ain't had no choice but to draft Bosa. You know what I mean? That's like the Redskins with Chase Young. They ain't got no choice but to get the best player.
Wait, Jay. Redskins talking about, man, we'll trade this 2 in a heartbeat. Somebody talk to me. You know, I'm laughing because I said, what does he think? He thinks he's John Lynch? Man, you ain't going to trade that number 2. Yeah, but you know what? If you're number 2, I don't understand. Why do you need to play games? If I'm number 2, I just sit and be quiet. I couldn't understand why John was playing games last year.
Because, you know, he got to talk it up, you know what I mean? Because he was scared the Cardinals. He didn't know what the Cardinals was going to do. That's what it was.
You think so?
He had an idea, but, you know, when you got the number 1 player on the board, but you want a quarterback, you know, you never know. So, you know, he had to talk like he didn't want Bosa, but he wanted Bosa. Just like the Redskins. They talking about they want Tua. But you got the number 1 player about to fall to you. And Chase Young, you ain't about to get that up.
You know, and hey, did John say anything about he'd be willing to trade number 2 last year? I can't remember that.
Yeah, he did.
You got to do that.
I think he did. And that's what he's talking about now. He's talking about like 80%
trading out of
these
13
receivers in this draft.
Right. I can get a receiver in the 5th round.
You're not going to hear about him in 4 years. So let's stop thinking, you know, that all these receivers is going to be number 1s and great superstar receivers. No, 80% of them you ain't even going to hear from.
80%.
So it is.
Jesus, Jay, that's a lot of failure.
The numbers say it over.
Yeah.
I mean, the gonna say it. You know what I mean? This might be the deepest draft, but 80% of them you ain't even gonna hear nothing about. They're gonna be out of the league in 4 years.
You know what's so funny though? These things happen though, because I would not have known that Mariota and Winston would have been looking for a job in this particular year. Because when they first got drafted, I thought they was getting ready to be the 1-2 combination everybody wanted to see match up against each other. Now both of them are looking for a place to live.
And Cam Newton.
Cam just got,
You know what I mean?
he just ran out of time. Body quit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, it's time to get a superstar receiver to, you know, get this passing game up to par with Kyle. We forget Kyle Shanahan is a passing coordinator. He loves to pass the ball.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Jay, speak to it, because people are confused about Kyle. They think she's all about the run game. No, that's not what he really wants to do. What he's trying to do. You know what, Jay, we got to go now. We need to jump on this first next time about what Kyle's about. That offense is not supposed to be. We're not all defense. You got Kyle Shanahan, your offensive coordinator and coach. No, this is not what this team's supposed to be. So, yeah.
That's it.
All right, Jay.
Already know. Well, have a blessed night, Rambo. Appreciate all you do for us.
Thanks, man.
Have a blessed night, faithful. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Yeah.
Let's go. 2 days and count.
Yo, Big J. I'll see you tomorrow, fam.
All right, have a blessing.
Thanks, Jay. Surely. Shaleo.
What's up?
Shaleo, man, I'm like wondering what are we going to do with 5 running backs? And this is something we probably wouldn't have addressed. I saw something made me think about it. This is not a thing you don't worry about until after the season gets started. Then I said to myself, you know, this is really a dilemma this year. TC is Kyle's dog. Matty B's in the doghouse. With Jeffrey Wilson Jr. Jeffrey Wilson Jr. is a specialty player that's only going to come in, but you need him because we run out of running backs each and every year. Jerick McKinnon, his time has come. His time is here. His time is now. You can't see him. His time is now. But see, Jerick has got to come out there and show somebody something quick. So I figure he makes the team, though, because 49ers must know something about him. And then, of course, there is the star, Mostert, that sits on top of the heap. Who's leaving? And then there's, my boy Kinlaw, man. He's out telling everybody he wants to be a 49er, but just like Jay just said, his desire is one thing, but his technique is another. Somebody else pointed that out, too, so I don't know what we're going to do with Kinlaw. If the 49ers don't get the wide receiver they want, if that's the plan, do they take an old tackle or what? But, hey, Shalil, but enough of me. What about you? All of this matter.
Oh, this matter. How about them cowgirls? How about them seacocks? How about them lambs? And last but not least, how about them Oakland, Las Vegas Trader Raider Joes?
What's Leo?
Did you hear today? The Bucks got Gronk.
I know. I don't understand. I thought Gronk said he was done with football. His body has had it. His family is proud of the decisions he's making due to the fact of his health. Could be of a concern with sustaining all those concussions. And all of a sudden, Tom Brady gets on the phone. Hey, Gronk. Yeah, Tom. Of course you know I'm going to ask you. Come on, man. You going to play or what? All right. Get it done. You know, and that's all it took. Man. We could have got Gronk in that case, and we could have called him. Tom did, but he wouldn't have played for us, I guess. So,
yeah, Tom was his buddy.
Yeah.
But anyways, with the running back situation, I think we need to get guys that have been productive this year. I mean, Matt Breida was good. The fumbling, messed him up a little bit.
Got him in big trouble.
It's hard, Ronbo. We got good running backs.
I know. All of them.
We got.
None of them are
They're
bad.
all good.
Yeah.
None of them are bad.
So, Steele, what do you
The
do when you got
problem, I
five?
thought
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you got five
you know
good
what,
running
Rumble,
backs,
I thought we were
what do you
gonna
do? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I thought we were going to get rid of McKinnon. I really thought we were going to get rid of McKinnon and keep the rest of them.
You know,
But,
McKinnon's
he
got,
restructured his contract.
yeah. And McKinnon's got a skill set that Kyle wants that the others don't have.
Exactly.
So you can't throw him out yet. So, yeah, I knew he was staying. Now,
You know what? I would love, if we kept Tevin Coleman, I would love that duo, Tevin Coleman and McKinnon.
Yeah.
Play action fakes.
But you're not going to put Mostert on the bench, though, because Mostert is just too much. I mean, that dude can smell a hole. Mostert is so good at finding holes. It's hard to see a guy that does that. That's a natural talent. That's amazing how he does.
And we got Jeff Wilson.
Walking.
It was amazing in the goal line.
So,
yeah,
five guys.
Pretty hard.
All of them got talent. What do you do? You know, Matty, the fumbles, even though, like Phil says, he didn't fumble that, but the thing is, none of the other guys fumbled at all. So that's the thing. Whoever fumbles, you only get a couple of chances when you got five guys that are all good. You can't have mistakes. They stand out. And then Shanahan gets really pissed when you fumble, I notice. God, that bothers him. It should. It bothers me, too. It bothers everybody, but still.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying. Just like wide receivers dropping balls.
Oh.
Very effing annoying.
You see what he did to Marquise? Man, Marquise, that touchdown he had.
Oh, include him and Dante Pettis and Sully T and ship those guys. Ship them.
You can't
ship them. We've been waiting too long.
You can't ship that kind of stuff.
Well, you can ship Solomon Thomas and Goodwin.
Maybe we could make a deal with the Rams. The Rams are in trouble. They should be able to accept any deal they can get.
Oh, we could give him Solomon Thomas. Here you go. Here's a
here's
fake
an Aaron Donald
lookalike.
Yeah,
you can have him. Don't look back. He'll help out Aaron Donald.
What are the Rams going to give you in return? You don't have any draft picks. I give you write you an IOU. Well, I tell you what, 49ers will give you a draft pick in 2023 is when we get our next first round pick.
They're taking everything they can right now. And getting rid of all those guys with high paychecks that they have to pay later on.
They're giving them IOUs, and they're calling back and embarrassing by letting the media know I called the Rams. They owe me $7-point-something million. And there's what's his name? The wide receiver Brooks, dudes. 7 ain't nothing. You know what they owe me? What? Whoa! So the Rams are in deep trouble, and I love it.
Oh, deep trouble. Yeah, I think we need to get a wide receiver in this draft, Rumbo, badly.
We can get
badly.
One.
If you have only Kendrick Bourne and Emmanuel Sanders, you have Kendrick Bourne, Emmanuel Sanders, Debo, and Kittle playing on the field. There's something wrong there. Because where's Pettis and where's Goodwin?
Yeah, well,
Jalen Hurd and Trent Taylor are understandable, but where are those two guys? Come on, 50-50. You know in the Super Bowl, if you replace Emmanuel Sanders with Dante would have caught that. He caught one like that against the Arizona Cardinals.
He caught one like that against the Vikings, remember? Man, he ran by Garcon and caught that ball deep. Shalil, nobody ever questioned his skills. It's his heart that needs to man up. Dante can play. Oh, he can play. He just doesn't want to or something. The desire to drive.
I hope he turns it around. I hope he does turn it around because that could be a plus for us.
Heck yeah. Maybe he does. He's got to.
He could be our deep threat guy. I don't know. Maybe Kyle is using him wrong.
He can play. Dante can play all over the field, actually, if he just wants to. He slot, ace. You put him on the outside, fine. He can play. He just I don't know what's wrong with him. Anyway, hey, Snell.
He doesn't have any dog.
Well, see, that's the thing. I want to see you tomorrow, though, huh?
Shout out to the Niner Empire. Thank you for the platform, Rumbo. Hit those likes. Wash your hands. Social distancing.
There you go.
Have a good night, Rumbo.
You too, Jaleel. Yeah, Dante. Seriously. That boy can play. Hey, Devin.
Hey, how's it going, Ronbo?
Devin, it's going all right, man. You know, I really be glad when this time next week comes because, this time next week at this time, we'll be talking about the draft completion, not those crazy moments before. God, it's making me nuts. It's not even that hot. I feel like I'm going to break out in a sweat just talking about it. But Devin, the 5 running back situation, is Tevin Coleman going to be the guy we say goodbye to? And is Kinlaw making you think if we don't get a wide receiver, which the chances are in the first round, we're either not getting the receiver they want, or we're trading out, or we're staying around, and Kinlaw could tumble to 13, or an offensive tackle. What are you thinking about these things?
On the running backs, I've always been a Breida fan. I've always liked Matt Breida, even from his first year as an undrafted free agent.
He was.
I mean, I just every time somebody says something about trading Breida, I just think back to that Browns game on Monday Night Football.
It was awesome.
Where he just tore him up. You remember that?
Yeah, oh, God, who can forget it? That was amazing. First snap, Breida's gone. Woo! Man.
Coleman for me just. I mean, it's like you said. Every time he gets the ball, it worries me. I don't know why.
Well,
if it were me, he'd be the one I'd move on. I'd move on from. But Kyle seems to like him a lot.
Yeah.
So I think they are going to move Breida. I would move Coleman. I don't think McKinnon's going to make the team when it comes down to it.
Well, it depends on how healthy he is. One thing that I don't know how many people remember, we were hearing about McKinnon lighting it up in practice every day. McKinnon was just lighting it up. So I figure Kyle must have been crushed when he went down to injury. I can see him now just take his playbook and just throw it over his shoulder. He had plans, McKinnon. You know how some players do well in some offenses and defenses? I think McKinnon was probably going to do well in Kyle's offense, but he never got a chance to demonstrate it. And Kyle is saying, I'll be damned if he never does. He's going to run my offense sooner or later. I'm pretty sure if he's healthy, he stays. So, yeah.
Well, I love McKinnon coming from the Vikings. I thought he was one of the most underrated players in the league when he came over. I was really excited about him. But, I mean, 2 years of not playing football, what are you going to do? Can he still play?
And what effect it has had on him? We're gonna find out because they're gonna keep him until they find out more. But he's probably again gonna be a focal point. But Kyle should learn about that. Don't make one guy a focal point like that because then he ends up getting hurt. Now what do? We went to Plan B at the beginning of the season. Oh my Lord, that's not good. We still beat the Vikings though. So.
And on the draft, Ronbo, I think the first thing we should be looking at is the offensive tackle because we don't know when Staley's retiring, and we're going to eventually need help on the O-line. I like the guy Andrew Thomas from Georgia. I was watching film on him last night, and he just plays perfectly. He does not lose reps. I like him. I think we should look at Tristan Wirfs. If he's there, I don't think he'll be there.
No, Wirfs.
I like Jedrick Wills. Yeah. I like Jedrick Wills from Alabama. But I don't think Mekhi Becton deserves all the hype he's getting. He's very athletic, but I'm not sure how good of a football player he is.
Well, he likes to cook and eat. But the thing about Becton is, I don't know, our offensive line coach, you wonder, though, since a guy like that is just raw fury, maybe you can mold him, bring him his groceries all the time, and tell him with your incentive here is we're going to make sure you stay stocked with all the groceries you want to cook with. We're going to buy some new cookware. But the thing is, you got to make sure you keep him motivated and keep him on point and disciplined. If he has that ability, he could be one of the most terrorizing offensive tackles in the NFL. He's big, strong, and that's not a lot of fat hanging on that body. You look at his stomach, you know how a lot of offensive linemen of that size, they got a gut hanging out down to the knees? He doesn't. So I'm saying this kid, man. Whoa, is he through growing? By the way, so I don't know. He could be a star.
We'll see. But after those tackles, it's the three receivers: Judy, Lamb, Ruggs. If any of them are there, if the tackles are gone, I'd take them. Kinlaw is the next guy for me. If all of those guys are gone at 13, which I don't know if there's a possibility, I don't know how likely that is.
Well, remember, there's only 13, there's only 12 spots in front of us. So when you consider all the quarterbacks, the defensive linemen, offensive linemen, it could add up.
I think there's a good chance we get one of those, the tackles or receivers. But if Kinlaw's the guy we take, I'd be happy with him. He's got all the ability. And with Kasaric, he should be able. I think he'll be able to develop him nicely in that three-technique role.
Yes, and Kasaric could be right in his face, boy. Because Kasaric, you just watch him coaching. Kasaric is scary, man. You either go learn or you go quit. Guy's good. Woo, Devin, we gotta go. Hey, Devin, let me see you tomorrow on the night before.
Okay, did you check out my guy Jordan Elliott?
Jordan Elliott. You know what? Because I got about 30 guys I'm going to be checking. I'm going to get to it. I'm trying to get to it tonight. Later on, I should say.
Okay.
Because I got all these names written down. All right. Have a good night, fam.
See you, Ronbo.
All right. I'll be home for Christmas. I be. Oh. That's J-O. Is that an 8-T-E? Jonas 09. Thanks, Jonas. Is I'm with you. I want Ruggs. Ball as well. Oh, man. Too many people want Ruggs, and one of them is in front of us. Oh! This is why I won't be surprised if the 49ers figure out a way to trade up to get Ruggs. Ruggs is that missing link. The whole pie is put together. Put that one part in there.
Yes,
sir. Now we're ready to roll. I mean,
Uncle Ronbo, what's going on, bro?
Oh, man, I'm sitting. You know, it's funny because I got this weird feeling, right? I'm pretty much convinced ain't no way to get Ruggs. With Raiders, yeah. And hey, but somebody said Mayock wants Lamb. Mayock is supposed to be in charge over there, right? But you know how Gruden is. What are you going to do with Gruden? Gruden have Mayock down on the floor, got him in a hammerlock, you know? So, you know.
They don't even know who they want at quarterback, man. I mean, they don't know what they're doing over there.
Who was on the list of 13 in some mocks?
Man, so, they don't know what's going on over there, man. Hey, but you know what, man? You know, I've always said this, and I'm going to stick to it, man. You know, for one, I don't see what the question is as far as who we need. You know what I'm saying? Our offense needs somebody explosive, somebody dynamic, somebody we ain't seen, somebody the NFL ain't seen in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who else is really like that besides this kid named Ruggs right now?
I tell you, I don't know why people don't
on
see
the
it.
offensive side. I mean, there's like the last caller said, and like a few other callers said, there's a ton of players, but who else is like Ruggs though? Nobody. But that's not even my point though. My point is this, Ronbo, we not even emphasizing all the shots that been thrown at us all off season, man. Everything from the Jimmy G to the Tom Brady to we fast forwarded and now Tom Brady's in the NFC. He's with the Bucks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then we look at the Arizona Cardinals, who we had a tough time this year. What they do, they package up and went and got D-Hop. And then a couple picks ahead of us. And then who picks one pick behind us? Tampa Bay. Who do we need in this draft, man? Everybody talking about defense. No, we need to get this offense on the board because defense held us down all year. I understand we had problems.
Fine. Let's get that offense going.
I understand there's injuries on defense. Don't get me wrong. I know about Blair. I know about Taylor. I know we don't got DeMontre Moore coming back. You know what I'm saying? I know we don't got Debo. but listen, if we got a choice to get somebody that's going to impact our offense over somebody that could possibly disrupt what we got as far as camaraderie and chemistry on defense, what's the logical thinking here? Get Jimmy. This is Jimmy's second year with us. Jimmy is the importance, not so much the defense, in my opinion.
Well,
that's
the
my
defense
opinion.
is going to be fine. I agree.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I feel we need to support Jimmy, and that's how we get back to the Super Bowl.
All right, got my
You know
vote.
what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Man, these players talking about these callers talking about who we've been drafting and we don't need the top notch this and that. Listen, the players that we've been drafting got us to the Super Bowl. Now it's time to win the Super Bowl, bro. It's time to. We got an identity. Now it's time to. It's time to fulfill it. It's time to fulfill it, man.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I do. And Jimmy's put in enough time now. He's going to be a year over past that injury. I expect Jimmy G to go buck wild out of all the disrespect he got. I'd be if it's you. Would you come in smoking? Every snap has got your engine running 100 miles an hour, heart beating quick. They go talk about me. They go talk about me. All right, I'm going to show y'all. That's the thing. See, I look forward to this year. In offense, like you're saying, give Kyle the handle on what he needs. The defense is not going to get beat up by nobody in the NFL. They're ready. You can throw a couple of guys in there.
Well, I mean, we gotta. Yes, exactly. We definitely have to address it, and that's where the importance still comes in the first round with that 31 pick. And don't be surprised. But see, this is the thing that I want to emphasize. I don't know how old all of us callers are, but we have to have some sort of intelligence when we talking about this here. You know what I'm saying? There's no team that don't know which team who wants to pick who. It's all written down on paper, and they all conversate. Every pick, they conversate. Yo, I'm about to get this man. You know why? Because at the end of the day, no disrespect to the NFL, no disrespect to the players that's in it. It's about a business. It's about money. Yeah. That's what it's about. It's about, can your franchise afford to get this player? Because that's all they care about. They don't care about what this kid done been through or none of that or what your franchise, the legacy your friend. No, it's about do y'all got that money? That's what it's about, man. So I understand, the mocks and this, that, and the third. But listen,
it's all entertainment.
Time is up.
Like the horoscopes,
it's
right?
us. We got to grab our player. We got to grab our player in the first round, and it's. I don't think it's time for. We're not about to sit around and miss out on a player. I'll give Judy, Lamb, and Ruggs all the credit. We're not about to miss out on them boys, man. None of them, bro.
No, gotta have it.
We can't afford it.
We gotta go though, fam. And we're gonna hear some more stuff between now and tomorrow. You gotta filter that stuff through your mind and not be overwhelmed by it. All right, fam.
We'll be back. Yes, sir.
Indeed. All right, fam. Looking for you.
All right.
Good night.
Yep.
And I see over here. Jonas is over here. He said, "Hey, quote me on this. We're gonna trade up. What? Jonas, I'm telling you, man. Hey, Joe, you told me how to pronounce your name once. I just remembered. Am I pronounce that right? Joe Tess, maybe. Joe Tess 09. All right. Thanks, fam, for the contributions. Yeah. I shouldn't give up on Ruggs. There's no reason to give up on Ruggs yet. The Raiders got to either get Tua or Lamb if he's available. But what if Lamb's already gone? Will they take Judy? And Judy and Ruggs are left. I know what they're going to do then. Leave us Judy. I like Judy, but I don't want him. Hey, Santana!
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Oh, Santana doing all right. It's doing all right as you can do this close to the draft night. It's crazy. But I'll survive. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I'm just ready to see, who we're gonna pick up. But I'm hoping it's not a receiver, Ronbo.
I know. Yeah. There's a few of us that don't want a receiver. Will doesn't want a receiver. Santana, what is it you want?
I feel like, I'm thinking about Joe Staley. I don't think he's going to be with us next year, so I think we need to get in either an offensive line or a spot in the defensive line to take over what DeForest Buckner left, his spot, So,
Yeah,
I mean, I just feel that
I think.
I just feel that those spots are more valuable than a wide receiver, So we can't just go after a wide receiver because we don't know if they're going to end up being a bust,
Well, that's always the case.
Because
But Santana,
yeah,
what do you,
because look,
the wide
up?
receiver room, it does need a boost, though. How do you want to address that later? I guess is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Because check this out, Ronbo. Check this out, right? So I was looking in the past drafts like 2015, 2016, 2017, and I'm gonna read you a couple names that came out in the first round receivers, and you tell me where they're at right now. So like in 2015,
yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. In 2015, Amari Cooper was a fourth rounder, right? What do you consider Amari Cooper?
Was Cooper a fourth round?
Decent?
Did you say fourth round?
Yeah, he was a fourth rounder. Yeah, fourth rounder. Fourth pick overall. My bad.
Yeah. I thought Amari was a first round pick.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, Amari.
Yeah, he's the first round fourth pick.
Yeah. Amari's he's good. Well, he's getting paid a lot now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So check this out. Second name on the same draft, 2015 wide receiver, 7th pick overall, Kevin White. Where is he at now?
Kevin White is the biggest joke in NFL history. He's right there with A.J. Jenkins. He can't stay on the field to save his life.
All right. And the two other names in 2015, Ronbo, 14 and 20 pick overall. Check this out. 14 was Devontae Parker. 20th pick overall was Nelson Aguilar.
Nelson
so it's
has made so many people mad. And Devontae Parker, he never probably reached first round status, but he wasn't bad out in Miami.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. So check this out. But check this out, Ronbo. 2016, man. 2016, 15 pick overall. Corey Coleman. Where is he now?
Speedster. Didn't he start off? Did he start off in Cleveland? I think. Yeah, Cleveland picked him up, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. And check this out. I mean, Will Fuller. He was a 21st overall pick in the 2016. He's all right. He's good.
But he needs both of his hamstrings. He's the kind of guy that needs to keep spare hamstrings. Whenever he wears out another hamstring, have a procedure to have some new ones put in. He can't keep his hamstrings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I think it was the 22nd and the 23rd pick overall. 22nd pick was Josh Doxson.
Who?
Where is he? Josh Doxson. He's a Washington, I think, wide receiver. And then the 23rd pick overall was Laquan Treadwell.
I knew that was coming. I felt it. He's going to say Treadwell because I forgot what year Treadwell. And 49 fans, people talk about, I want Laquan Treadwell. Man, Laquan Treadwell. Man, I could run faster than Laquan Treadwell running backwards, man. I don't want no Laquan Treadwell. I knew it. Laquan ain't no. Man.
Yeah, man. And check this out. In the 2016, check it in the second round of the 2016, look who came out of that draft. Sterling Shepard and Michael Thomas. You see, and those two, and Michael Thomas is a stud. He's a stud. Sterling Shepard, injuries has kind of kept him back a little bit from being that.
But he was good when he was
receiver.
playing. He beat us up that one game. I remember that. He's played for the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shepard
was the only guy to get that first game we won that year. Shepard was wearing us out. And we just scored enough points.
Yeah, but Ronbo, what I'm trying to say, man, is that
don't get your wide receivers in the first round.
I feel like it's just too high risk, low reward type of thing, So if you
that's a solid argument.
What's up, man?
It's a solid argument, and I've agreed. I've always been on that same train down through the years. Don't give me no wide receiver in the first round. But this year, since we've been getting linemen every year, I thought maybe this year is okay. But you're right. It's true.
So it's just hard to kind of want a receiver. I understand CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, and Henry Ruggs. They're all great, they're great receivers, but they were great receivers in a college level, football. So it's like when you go to the NFL, it's just a different speed. Defenses are quicker. Everybody's just quicker and faster and bigger. So, I mean, it's just I'd rather go for like like I said, second round and third round, maybe go for like wide receiver or something. And I guarantee you, we'll definitely pick someone up better than like a great receiver. Like low risk, high reward type of deal.
Right,
So
Santana, great, solid argument, and you brought good stuff because that comedy of names you wrote out. I mean,
and I have more, but it's just I don't want to take too much time.
No. And will you do me a favor? Get back into tomorrow. Give me some more names. It's good comedy relief. I'm gonna need a lot of comedy relief tomorrow night because it's the night before the draft. So,
all right, man, Ronbo. You have a good one, man.
You too, Santana. Great stuff. All right,
man.
Have a good night.
Yeah, good night, man. Later.
Oh, man, Santana, man, he hit a home run with that. Some family. That's very true. It's very true. And actually, Big Show and I were having this conversation. I don't know if it was last year. He says, you get a wide receiver in the first round. It is almost guaranteed they're either going to get hurt or they're just not that good. It's true. So are we rolling against the odds by hoping for a wide receiver in the first round? Santana just made me realize we need to worry about this for a minute. Nudge! Come on in, Nudge! Nudge. 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 All right, Ellis.
Ronbo.
Is that Ellis? Let me see. Okay. No, it is Nudge. Hey, Nudge.
Oh, yeah, I'm up.
we had to wake Nudge up. Nudge, man, I'm just saying, just call in here and brush back the cobwebs. A wide receiver in the first round, no matter how much we believe that this is not the year for this, wide receivers in the first round are notorious for being the wrong move.
AJ.
AJ is the king of bad moves in the first round. Wide receiver in the first round named AJ. Whoo, God. But Trent Ball can't blame him for that because there was other receivers that he should have went for. Why he went for Jenkins, nobody knows yet. But anyway.
Nobody. He doesn't even know.
He can't tell you.
But
that's
Henry
true.
Ruggs is our guy, though.
I know.
Henry Ruggs.
I really do think so. Man.
He just complements all the other receivers very well.
He makes it. He's the glue.
If you think about it, other than that trick play we had against the Saints, when was the last time you saw a receiver running wide open on Kyle Shanahan's system?
Well, actually, even against the Saints, you had Emmanuel Sanders run wide open. That's how come we won that game, actually. But, man. Yeah. Actually, E-Man did that twice. He did that against the Rams, too. You know what? But E-Man doesn't have all that kind of speed.
But that was the coverage.
True. But
that was coverage.
I agree. But if you got a really quick receiver, he's going to be able to do it regardless. Especially in Shanahan's system.
That's the last time we saw it when Goodwin was healthy. It was the last time we were seeing receivers wide open.
So I keep trying to tell people, trying to tell me how great Judy is. I know. I didn't say there was anything wrong with Judy, but he doesn't bring to the table what I want. I don't think he brings to the table what the 49ers want either. That's why I'm saying get Ruggs in here. He's got what we need. So I agree. Preaching to the choir.
Yeah, because Ruggs, Judy, you can't just pack talent in the receiver group. You got to have everybody do their own thing. And right now, I like Debo as our number one. I like him. Because if it weren't for the rainy game against Baltimore and the rainy game against Washington, he would have been a 1,000-yard receiver in his rookie year. I believe so.
And even in that game against Baltimore, who was that downfield beaten up? What is that fool that came over from the Rams?
Peters.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters. Manhandled him.
Marcus didn't know what to do. Get out the way, boy. Boom, touchdown. Oh! So, yeah, Debo, this is what I'm saying. And Jay pointed out something that was important. He says, hey, man, Ronbo, ain't no receiver going to come in and take none of Debo's work. I understand that, but I want Debo to be in charge of that work. you know, and let
Mm-hmm.
Ruggs zoom downfield. Because you know what they notch? Everybody thinks that Jimmy can't reach. They said, man, Jimmy can't throw the ball long anyway. What?
Did you
Look,
see
he threw the
that
ball
Giants
long and
game he threw with Marquise Goodwin
dropped the ball.
the day his son died?
Oh no, that wasn't Jimmy. That was
Yeah,
CJ.
against the Giants.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that
was
was
CJ.
CJ Beathard.
You know what's
That
so
was
funny?
CJ Beathard.
Honestly,
Oh
Naj,
yeah.
don't tell anybody I told you this, man, or said this, man. But Naj, CJ actually has one of the best bombs I've ever seen. He throws it
He got a nice
long
deep.
and accurate. He can do that.
He
He
do
just
got a
can't do
nice
so
deep
many
ball.
other things. But Jimmy can throw downfield. I've seen him do it too many times. That shot to Debo was downfield.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the E-man, the 2 3rd and 16 was
yeah,
pretty much downfield.
yeah,
So,
he can do it. But the guy needs to be open.
He
So
can throw that. Yeah. But yeah, I
But
feel
anyway.
like Ruggs is our guy. He like, there's like, we got to get him. Especially with, people think, what's his name, Jalen Hurd gonna come and be like the best receiver. I mean, he gonna be good,
He's gonna
but
be
he
good.
still got to learn the receiver.
Yeah. Jaden's a tough guy.
I feel
And
like
he
he'll
can
be a
block.
good blocker though.
Yes,
He'll be like
blocking.
the Cal Juszczyk. He'll be the Cal Juszczyk of our receiver group. That's how I feel he'll be.
Lions get flagged for unnecessary roughness because that dude he be beating people up. You remember that Dante Pettis in practice, right? Him and Jalen got into it because Dante thought he was too rough.
Dante Jackson. Yeah. Yeah.
Johnson.
Got the
Dante
fight
Johnson.
at his rookie.
So yeah, and remember Jalen carrying dudes into the end zone. He's a tough guy, so I definitely want him.
Yeah.
And if he's ready to play, everybody's ready to see him play. So
Yeah. And then Trent Taylor. We're gonna be straight. We don't need like
whole lot of
Jerry Judy. That's going.
midfield.
We don't
I
need
don't.
him. We
Yeah, I
don't.
don't need no. Yeah, so I agree.
Yeah. We just
Give
need.
me some speed because Marquise is. What do you think they're gonna do with Marquise?
He's done.
Yeah.
Trade him. After we got Benjamin, I know Benjamin, he probably won't make the roster, but as soon as we got him, I said Marquise is gone. Like, I know Benjamin probably won't make the roster, but as soon as we got Travis, I knew it was over for Marquise.
Right. Otherwise, what are they bringing him in for, right? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for Marquise. His family just wears his emotion, and his family's always got some issues going on. I think he had a brother or a cousin or something. Something happened to them, and then two times with the children losing them during the season.
Sad.
Oh, I felt bad for
during
him.
the season too. It's sad.
But still,
but I hope the best for him. I hope he can go to the best team he can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him going to. I wouldn't want him going to Kansas City, but he'll probably be the best for him.
And KC is trying. Look out for KC. They may get crazy, get jiggy, and trade up high enough to get. They're looking also, as rumor from Mike Moore, Florida. I don't know how important. They're looking to add Ruggs. They could get rid of the money that they pay. What's Sammy Watson? Oh, the speed would be. Oh my God! Dodge, we gotta go though.
Hopefully they get taken out. They in the AFC. Hopefully they get taken out before they come over here. I ain't trying to see that in the Super Bowl again.
Not again, because we'll be ready for Tyreek Hill next time. He'll never get away with that play again, Notch. Especially if Mosley's out on the field. God. All right, fam.
Yeah.
We got to wrap up. I'll see you tomorrow, Notch.
All right, you'll be on tomorrow?
Yeah, oh yeah. Every day. Between now and,
All right, cool.
All right, fam.
All
right. Ellis!
Yo.
Ellis, man, I don't know why Santana called in and reminded me of first-round draft picks. Ellis, history says, y'all go ahead and get that first-round wide receiver if you want to. But if you think you're going to escape history, you got another thing coming. Ellis, it's not just this year, last year, the 5 years before. Ellis, this goes back, way back. First-round wide receivers. Ellis, try to think of one other than Amari Cooper in the last decade. Picked up in the first round and had a good time. Ellis, you know what? It'll take you a while. I'm going to go look this up myself. But I'll get back to this tomorrow. Ain't nobody going to come up with any names. I forgot about Amari Cooper. Cortland Sutton was okay, but he broke his neck in the first year.
Was Devontae Adams was he like a second round or something, or when was Devontae Adams?
Devontae was late first round. He was okay. Like Corey, who the guy wanted, Corey went over to Tennessee. Is Corey's last name Jackson Smith?
I'm not sure. They got a good receiver over there though in Tennessee. Was that
Corey,
him that you're talking about?
Corey Davis.
One of the guys who's got the most catches on there or close to it. They had a pretty good receiver on there. It was last name.
Yeah,
I want to say Brown.
It wasn't Davis. It was somebody didn't they get that guy from the Jags? You're talking about? Anyway, first round draft picks. By the way, where's the chat? Anybody remembers a first round draft pick wide receiver? Make me feel better. Who was it? Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, tonight it's all about Kinlaw, who says he wants to be that's why I said he wants to be a 49er. And I said, now if we don't get the wide receiver we want in the first round, plan B might be to take care of that situation, as you know, with DeForest Buckner. So I don't really, Beckham. OBJ was a first-round pick. Or was he? Yeah, it had to be. OBJ was a first-round pick. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey! Okay, that's two guys.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say OBJ, but I was thinking, shit, it's been some years, you know what I mean? So I wasn't going to go back, that far, but maybe it wasn't too long ago. Shit, he seems like he's already been here for
Corey
quite
Littleton?
a bit, at least what?
Wait, is Corey Littleton a wide receiver? I thought that was a linebacker. A.J. Brown?
Corey Littleton?
You talk about A.J. Brown. You say Titans? Corey Davis. Yeah, that was my guy. Corey Davis is okay, but he's not lighting anything up. I'm looking at the chat. People throwing names out there.
Okay. Yeah, man. It's a little shaky, man. I guess it's bad juju, man. There's kind of like some kind of funk over that first round,
bad juju is
potentially, and that's
it.
Yeah, man. I don't think but it's situational. So we won't we don't want to say that that's what's going to be our reality. Hopefully, if we do end up getting a receiver in the first round, man, let us be the change of that pace and get some some breakout talent. You know what I mean? Whoever it is we decide to get. I'm still thinking that getting into that second, we get more bang for the buck with the 13. And I think we still can get like a second round if we go back just a few spots in the first. After that 13, like I think what I was reading the other day. I've seen some things that was on there. We still may be able to get like into like the second and like mid-second and maybe like a fourth or something like that. So if we go back a few spots in the first and then get like a second, mid-round second maybe, and maybe a fourth or something like that if we don't get our, 3 receivers in within that time. I'm just really not big on the Kinlaw thing. I think the only reason why
is
he
just said he wanted to be a 49er. You got to look past that, though.
Knee tendonitis.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That knee tendonitis, and those are, they're using their legs. You know what I mean? That's what, especially on the D line and stuff like that. And
drive.
We just can't afford to have a D4. We can't have him and D4 being twins. And he's a rookie. That should be like the last thing that we look at. And there's a lot of other good defensive linemen, that are there. Derek Brown and the Marlon Davidsons, and there's just a whole. There's fistfuls of some other good D linemen that we could, have at least, that will be consistent, that don't have any injuries. I don't think we should be looking at anybody that has any like questionable, injury history. That's just not a smart move, because if we want to have healthy players. So that just kind of seems to be, counterproductive. And we already have that issue with D4, like we talk about here. So we don't need that. We need to, some consistency in that aspect. But I don't know. I see Henry Ruggs was saying something about he's he's contacted or been contacted. By us, the Raiders, and the Broncos quite regularly.
Yes, constantly, as he put it.
So the Raiders are scheming. They're trying to. They're trying to shit. They probably got John and Mayock are listening to the Ronbo Sports.
No, they know we're talking about
like, we got to get on Ronbo Sports and see what the guys are talking about because they know what's hot and what's not. You know what I mean? So maybe they're trying to get they're trying to smell what we got cooking a little bit, man. Hopefully we still end up getting the land rugs, man. But we definitely we got a couple of things we could do. We could still get a quality player at 31 without having to trade back, but then we won't really have anything going on in any of the other rounds up until we get to that fifth, sixth, seventh round.
Ellis, that's why they're hell bent most likely on trying to get some more picks.
It's gonna happen.
That could mean the 13th pick as well. So we got to wait and see. It's all about if they lose their guy. I think I read where the 49ers got 5 or 6 guys that if they don't fall to them, the 49ers are bailing out of that 13th pick. So we'll see. Ellis, tomorrow, Ellis, we'll continue.
Yeah, yes, indeed, and I think it's going to be neck and neck, man. Depending, but it looks like Tom Brady's trying to get to that bowl in Tampa. It's kind of maybe they're gonna fix it and he'll be going to the Super Bowl. But we got to put a stop to that, man, because if he brings Gronk back and all that, man, it's going to get shaky.
It's going to get rough. Yeah, teams are
he's trademarking all these different names and trying to make money and capitalize. I'm like, oh God, he's really going all out. Right on, Ronbo. As always, I appreciate you. Make sure you download that Ronbo Sports app, hit the like and subscribe. Man, shout out to the Niner faithful. And we almost there, y'all.
We almost.
All right, there.
See you tomorrow. Oh man. Tell you. Hey, Chad, great job. Those names, I forgot all about most of those guys. Julio's a first-round pick. Megatron's a first-round pick. OBJ, you gave me all kind of good names. Somebody put Brashard Perryman. I had to almost laugh. Brashard is probably not what you want to get in the first round. What were some of those other guys? There's a lot of names in there. Go up a little further. Who is? Oh, Coleman is. Somebody mentioned Coleman. Coleman is not what you call a good first-round pick, though, Bob. Coleman had a lot of problems, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Some of these guys. D-Hop's a first-round pick. D-Hop maybe going down as one of the greatest. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a few. Okay. I feel better already. Thank you. Everybody's mentioning Hopkins. The name is jumping off the bat. Hopkins, Ronbo, what are you talking about? Steph. Michael Crabtree. Flossie B, but Michael Crabtree wasn't that bad. But Michael Crabtree wouldn't be a number one wide receiver on a mini team. But he is what we had. He's the best one we probably had. He is the best one we had since T.O. Okay. Hey, Oled.
Ronbo.
Yeah. Steph. Come on in, Steph.
Yo.
Yeah, I was sitting there feeling all juiced out. Santana came in and says, man, we know Amari Cooper's about the best thing you got. But that's Santana's not exactly right. Well, there's been a lot of bad picks, wide receivers in the first round, but there's been a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can do that with every position.
Actually,
every draft the same. Quarterbacks hit or miss the same way. Quarterbacks, it's all the same, Ronbo.
Quarterback's the worst, actually. Quarterbacks.
Yeah, so the safest pick would be the offensive tackle or the O-line. So I think all positions are at risk of busting or not. Look at Solomon Thomas. Okay,
Steph,
won't get into it anyway.
But that's a good point, though. Between the linemen, is it offense? Which one is it? Offensive line or defensive line has had the biggest amount of stars? Probably defensive line, huh?
I would say O-line. I don't know. I would say O-line, Ronbo. Well, I don't know about stars, but
that came in and did a good job.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because offensive linemen, their job is no glory. They do a lot of good things, but nobody notices until they mess up. And
it'd be kind of hard to miss on the O-line. Yeah. Kind of hard to miss at that position because it's just not that you can't really. There's not too much changing for them, in the sense as part of like scheme wise and all that. So that's
We've
why I
had
would say O-line.
we've had some
But
bad old linemen down through the years. Remember those two guys, that first 2017? God, those two dudes were terrible.
oh yeah,
Defense is the first thing they did. Everybody just went to that side. God, they were bad.
so yeah. So how you feeling, Ronbo, about Ruggs and all this,
That's
kind of new news about teams trying to trade up, hop over us and whatnot?
Man, I wish they wouldn't talk like that. You know what though? Are teams is it just talk? Are teams really willing to give up a lot of assets for a wide receiver in the first round? Steph, does that make any sense? That is risky. That is.
I have no clue. I wouldn't think we would do anything to move up and get a wide receiver, but I mean, I don't know if I think if anybody would, I think it's the Chiefs. As scary as that sounds.
Because they don't have any, because what are they, 32? Doesn't matter. If you want to, the Chiefs give you 32 in their second round pick, which is way down the bottom of the list too. Because if they put Ruggs in that line,
But I mean, and then I look.
God.
And then I look at it. I'm like, who are they going to trade with? Who's going to, the
Yo,
Jags? I think the Jags
32?
stay put. Yeah,
Steph,
I don't
you
think.
made me feel better already. Yes. Who's going to trade with the Chiefs?
Yeah, and then
for what?
And look, Ronbo, look who's going after Ruggs. Okay, we got the Raiders, we got the Broncos, and the Chiefs. I wonder why. They're all in the same division. And they all know the name Tyreek Hill, and they all want to counter it, and they all want, you know what I mean? I mean, the Broncos is not coincidental. Raiders and Broncos are trying to get Ruggs. And it's going to happen. I know it. I come to realization we're not getting Ruggs, and that sucks, but I got to move on. And I don't even know if we're going to get CD or Jefferson. What my mind's telling me is we get best position possible, Ronbo. I mean, we try to talk about where in the depth where holes are. We don't really have holes, but we could fill in.
We can improve
at depth anywhere if you think about it. So for me, it's best player available, and whoever they think that is, whether it's a cornerback, cool, linebacker, cool. I mean, just a game. When John Lynch said a game changer, that kind of just tells me they're going for the best player possible. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I mean, we could end up being totally surprised.
And if we get an offensive lineman, you're gonna be okay with that. You know what, Steph? It's like you go to like my favorite place in the world, right? When you go to Cheesecake Factory, you can eat dinner at Cheesecake Factory. They got good food on their menu, but I came here for the cheesecake. Give me the peanut butter banana, please. Put extra cream on it. So they say, well, we've got this great dish here of pasta. No, you don't understand. The cheesecake. So that's what I feel like I'm going to get. If they get the wrong guy, I'm getting the... No, I want the cheesecake.
But I mean, Ronbo, we got to look at it. I mean, look who our coach is. Our coach is Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
And he wants the advantage on the offensive side any way he could. And I see it as if we can add another lethal weapon to... Because, listen, Debo, I love him. I think he's number one on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much our number one. But you seen what was going on before we got Emmanuel Sanders?
We were
Not
dropping the ball,
right?
Yeah, we were doing everything but moving the ball downfield, and they blamed Jimmy.
And Emmanuel Sanders, exactly. And I agree with a couple callers ahead of me. We get Jimmy whatever. When Emmanuel Sanders came, our offense transformed, and that means for Kittle, Debo had more shots now. And I mean, Emmanuel just opened it up for us because there was not just one receiver to worry about, but now there was two. And I just think it kind of think that as our running back rotation. We got 1-2 punches for days, and I think Kyle wouldn't mind putting that same idea in the wide receiver group. Yeah. Why not get a CD, Justin Jefferson, and hopefully maybe Ruggs, So I don't see why it would be. I don't know. I just try to think of it as Kyle.
I know. But see, the voice of reason in that room is going to be John Lynch, right? Because John Lynch tried to stop Kyle from going after Joe Williams. he was right. So Kyle has to be You got to slow Kyle down because he's looking at I think he looks at offensive weapons sometimes a little bit like we do, you know. Then you got to get you got your analytic people in there. You got to get some stats together. You got to feed it into a computer model. You got to be careful because there's a lot of variables that actually matter. So we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, Ronbo, I'm over it. Let's just the Redskins said they're open to trade. Let's throw the Redskins our 13th, our 31st pick, and Dante Pettis. Give us your pick, and we'll get the edge. What's his name? Chase
Young.
Done deal. And let's exit the draft.
The Redskins won't talk to us. But anyway, Steph, let me see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Thank you again.
All right, fam. Thank you. Getting in there. It's good to hear from you, Steph. This is great. 2 or 3 days in a row.
All right.
Night, Steph. Yeah, man. I tell you. Hey, it's Shay time. Shay! Shay,
Hello?
I hear a little voice back there, Shay. What's up?
Oh, that's me? Oh, it's my son?
It's your time.
That's my little guy, Ronbo. That's my little Niner faithful son.
Oh,
He's watching Ronbo Sports with me, man. Yep. He's part of the faithful. You got to get him early.
Shay,
he's
a new arrival, isn't he? How old is he?
Yeah, he is. Well, he's 3.
Oh, yeah, he's relatively new. Yeah.
Jaden.
Jaden. Hey, Jaden.
Jaden, that's my little guy. Jaden, you want to say hi? He's playing his game.
Oh, yeah, no. When you're 3, you're too busy.
But what's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm looking around here and I'm thinking, I shouldn't have listened to that interview with Mike Florio and Henry Ruggs and Henry Sinnerton. Oh, yeah, I got Vegas. I got the Broncos and the 49ers are constantly calling me. What? First thing I did, I get that sinking feeling. As soon as you said that, all the air came out of me. Oh, they're calling too? Why? What? I thought the Raiders wanted Judy. I was like a little kid. Oh, no.
We all did.
I'm not worried about the Broncos.
We all did, Ronbo.
Oh, God. What are they calling for?
Yeah, Ronbo. You're right. Yeah, I'm telling you, they see Tyreek Hill and they're like, damn, we could have our own Tyreek Hill and Henry Ruggs.
Damn.
That's the problem. Everybody, I think Dre was the first one to start campaigning for the Ruggs campaign. My big bro, TNT brother Dre, the wise man.
Yes.
He was the first one to start campaigning, but just because we all have eyes on Ruggs and we all want Ruggs, don't mean the other teams that are ahead of us don't.
I know. We should have known.
We are. They're probably looking at the same highlights we are, the same film, looking at the same, explosion that this kid has.
But Shay, here's the thing. Shay, the thing is, everybody's talking. I get in arguments every day about Judy and Lamb. People be arguing me down. I said, man, I want Ruggs for this reason. Man, Judy's the best wide receiver in this draft, bear none. I said, oh, man, no. He's good, okay. It's not what I want. That's what Steve needs. That's the problem.
No, I'm here. No, yeah, you're absolutely right, Ronbo. It's gonna suck, man. I said this, Ronbo. I literally said this. If the best three wide receivers are gone off the board, haven't moved from the 13th pick, just expect a tackle, bro. I'm telling y'all, just
guaranteed.
Offensive tackle. I'm preparing for it, man. I'm already preparing for it. I was telling you about that last week. We need to prepare ourselves. Thomas. Hey, Ronbo, that's what I'm saying. We got to prepare ourselves because if they're still there at 13th, and that means if the wide receivers are taken early, like all three are in like around the top 10, that means that's going to push the D tackles and the offensive tackles back a little bit. And I'm saying they're probably waiting for a guy that they think is good for, it could be a foundational piece like Staley, So, I'm kind of, if it happens, it happens. I think all of us.
Yep.
Can you hear me, Ronbo?
Yeah, I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
Am I good? Oh, okay. No, but I'm saying, whoever we draft, I'm going to be a fan of no matter what. Whether it's someone we didn't want, whether it's somebody out of left field. I think we all will. But I just think the biggest thing is, if the 49ers, right, like I said, you could move the 13 and the 31st pick. I've already said this. The 31st pick is, yes, it's technically it's an early second, like a really, really early second, because you're still in the first round. but it still holds a lot of value. So I think you can trade the 31st and the 13th and move up, and you can still get a 3rd and a 4th, and then get whoever you want in the 10th. Because again, we're 13. It's not like we're 21 and we're trying to slide all the way in, to the top 10. We're not. That's not the case. We're literally right outside, just peeking our head right outside the top 10. We can move up with the 13th and 31 and acquire, like a 3rd and a 4th, and then their first, and then they'll get our 1st and 31st or something like that. Because, like I said, the 31st is still valuable. And like I said, we still got a lot of players that are up for trade. And I think, and I don't know for sure, I think Dre had already debunked it, that there is no obvious trading for the names that we talked about yesterday, like Tart and all those guys. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're saying we're not trying to trade him right now, but we're trying to package him for the draft for more capital to try to see if they want to move up and grab the guy. Like I said, if you want Ruggs, which most likely we're going to have to move up. If not, then you trade back and you acquire more capital so we can pick at least on the second day. You know what I mean? And then, you can still build your team around there. So
right. Because the more picks, the better right now. But you got to build for the future. Just don't get a lot of guys you're going to have to cut because it's a waste of pick, especially with this team. But, yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Oh, yeah, Ronbo. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of guys are talking about, oh, well, we need, we don't know about Hurd. But it's just like they're not going to let Hurd go because he didn't even play last season. We don't know what we have in Jalen Hurd right now. Yeah. We haven't seen him, touch the field. So, like, if they're still holding on to C.J. Beathard and we're still holding on to Trent Taylor, even though they've been
Kyle
in the
would
league a
need
little
his
bit and they've had
butt
injury
whooped
problems.
on that one. You know what? Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Let
we're
CJ
still holding on
go.
Dante Pettis. Just imagine, I'm telling you, Ronbo, they're not going to let go of Jalen Hurd. They haven't seen anything in him yet. They don't know what we have. If they're still holding on to Dante Pettis, hoping that he can, blossom and become a better pro player. If he could become a better pro player, they're going to be waiting on the same. They're still holding on to Trent Taylor. Like, yeah, I mean, these guys, aren't huge picks, but a second pick and then the third pick, that means that 49ers would equivalently lost, and they're still holding out hope for Solomon Thomas, who was a first-round pick. I'm telling you, they're not going to let these guys go.
They're too high. That's true.
People
too
keep
high
thinking, oh,
pick.
you got to cut this guy, you got to listen to – nah, they're not, man.
I agree.
John Lynch and Kyle are too hard on
They're stubborn when it comes to that. I picked him up in the second round. Don't ask me to get rid of him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what it comes up to, man. They're not going to take a loss on that. Even though how they don't want to admit it, they're not going to take a loss on it. But thank you, Ronbo, again for the platform. Shout out to my boy Will, Trey, Dre, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo. And, Ronbo, I know people, but, I mean, guys, you know how Dre is, bruh. He comes with the fire every day. Don't say his name if you don't want him to. I mean, I know it's rude, but it's rude when you call somebody out, too. You can't be like, oh, well, I don't care what Dre says. Well, yeah, then if you don't, then don't be surprised when he comes on because you shouldn't care then, too. Like, don't put his name in his mouth. That's how he was raised. That's just what it is.
I've been meaning to tell, and Jack does it on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, people keep saying, like, oh, bro, oh, that's not fair. Like, no, bro, just don't say his name. Like, don't move around from Don't put my name in your mouth either. But
God. All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Phil.
Hey, but Robert, hey, the draft is Thursday, baby, so let's go.
I know.
Draft season.
Oh, countdown
time. I'm excited.
All right. Shane, good stuff, fam. I'll look for you tomorrow. Oh, God. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So, come on in, man.
How's it going, Ronbo?
It's going great, man. And I got your note yesterday where I'm going to display your draft here sometime soon. But remember that conversation we had about wide receivers? And you were the one that really put that in perspective for me that year. And I said, you're right, man. But there have been some blue chips come out of the first round, wide receivers.
Exactly,
a lot of people in chat,
and you can't just look at the bad, and you also have to look at what good has come out of the first round as well. You know what I mean? A lot of those teams, you got to remember,
it's the team's
fault
too.
They didn't know how to utilize those receivers they picked in the first round. A lot of their coaches also got fired.
Bad quarterbacks.
Bad quarterbacks, bad coaching, bad overall team, bad overall talent evaluation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you also have to look into those factors as to why it didn't work. Those receivers didn't work out when they were where they were drafted. Also, I also hear arguments that good receivers get taken in the second round. Yes, they do, but you also have to look at the overall landscape of the draft as to why they fell that low. That could have been a year where there was a lot of defensive linemen, where there was a lot of good secondary players, where there was a lot of good offensive linemen, and even quarterbacks taken. That happens every year. You know, I mean, a lot of good receivers will fall to the second round. That's just the way it works. It's not by their fault. It's by the way the draft is, how heavy the draft is, depending on what position, like a defensive line, offensive line, quarterbacks, or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So,
and just like I said, it's all about the environment that particular year. Each and every year, the environment seems to shift, too. This year, though, interestingly enough, the wide receivers are the majority, and some of these other positions are in a minority position, but you still
exactly,
see...
especially defensive tackle.
Yeah.
We don't know how Javon Kinlaw is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, this is the type of player you stay away from. It's a classes this week. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. They're boom or bust, basically.
Yeah, you got to be careful of the Solomon Thomas thing.
And John Lynch has a lot invested into Solomon Thomas, and he wants to see what he can get out of him this year now that DeForest Buckner is gone. I know that's painful to hear, but that's the truth. He picked him high when he shouldn't have been where he should have been picked at where Reuben Foster was.
Right. And you know what's funny thing about that show? Can you imagine, now that you mention it, how much grief every now and then his closer friends are giving him about Solomon Thomas? Yeah, John, hey, you looking for get another Solomon Thomas this year, huh? Yeah. And you imagine, like, come on, John, you know, I'm just joking. He'll be okay. You know, but John's not laughing.
And when we were experimenting with Solomon Thomas either on the inside or the outside, he was horrible on the outside. And when we put him on the inside, he was great. And now that DeForest Buckner's gone,
maybe,
you know what I mean. He can
do. He
can show what he really has on the inside.
So we gotta wait for Solomon Thomas. Maybe the coaching staff is right. You know.
And plus, we have Chris Kasurik. I mean, come on, look at how Julian Taylor emerged. Look at how Daniel DJ Jones emerged. Like, we have nothing to worry about. Our defense, we have our identity on defense already. It didn't lose any. We did not lose our identity when we lost to DeForest Buckner. We just lost a piece. That's it.
Yeah.
And we have enough pieces behind him to fill that void. Really good pieces too.
Well, hopefully. I can't wait to see how that develops. But yeah.
You know, the biggest question marks we have are the wide receivers after Debo. They're plagued with injuries or inconsistency is the biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle Shanahan is furious with that group because they make Jimmy look bad first of all when they're not catching passes, and you know, you get Kyle his weapons.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. They've been trying for years to go after Odell Beckham Jr. and they couldn't get their hands on him, and now they finally have an opportunity to get their own Odell Beckham Jr. and what's most likely going to happen. That's at number 13.
Hopefully.
So,
I'm just my biggest worry there is
I don't see
everybody's gone before 13.
I keep hearing people, one more quick point, I keep hearing people say if all three of them are gone. I don't see a scenario where that happens. First of all, Kyler Murray was sacked 48 times last year. They're going to get a tackle.
And he's fast.
Sam Darnold was
Can you
sacked.
imagine if he wasn't?
Sam Darnold, exactly. He's fast, he's mobile, but he was sacked 48 times last year.
Both of them. Darnold moves out, too.
Sam Darnold was sacked 40 times last year. The Jaguars lost Calais Campbell and are about to lose Nick. Are you kidding? There's no scenario where not all three of them are not going to be there. I can't see that.
No,
and the
Jags are definitely going for defensive linemen.
We risk a lot of draft capital and future picks to pick a wide receiver. That's ridiculous. That's what the Rams did. They gave a lot of first rounds to move all the way up to the second spot to get Jared Goff, who's they're going to find out it's a bust, by the way, here pretty soon.
Worst franchise in NFL history, the Rams. That is just one dumb organization. They are strangely stupid.
And there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks taken in the top 5 too. That's Chase Young, Jeff Okudah, Isaiah Simmons too. You got to speak of those guys in the top 10.
Yeah.
So they're going to be there. Don't except for the Raiders. I don't know what the hell the Raiders are going to do.
They're going to take Tua.
I don't know. Probably. If he falls that far.
I mean, if they do that, I might not even be available for our pick. I'll be on the floor, tears rolling out of my eyes. I can't. Raiders win. I was just joking, and they did it. They're gonna Tua to Raiders. Oh my God! What did you do? It's gonna be a fabulous
Kinlaw,
moment.
He's gonna be most likely going to the Jaguars. Like I said, they're about to lose Unick, and they just lost Calais Campbell.
If they can't get
in free
Derek,
agency, so they have no defensive lineup, and they have Gardner freaking Minshew at quarterback. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
they're in rebuild mode. So
good stuff. The show, as per usual, always fun. Listen, I'll see you tomorrow as we go into.
It's the most wonderful time of year, y'all.
Ain't it though?
It's the most wonderful time of year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. All right. Take care, Ronbo. All right.
Night show. It's Hayden. Hayden. Come on in, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
How you doing?
Nothing, just thinking about the draft. Are you actually going to be on the floor crying, though, if Henry Ruggs gets taken by the Raiders?
Most likely, yeah. It's going to bother me. No, it's going to be Tua is going to have me on the floor. I'll be laughing so hard I'll be in tears. The Raiders take Ruggs. I am going to be extremely disappointed. I probably am going to display some emotions that I might have to step away from the camera. God, that's going to really bother me. That is really, because Hayden, it's like the Raiders are the most, we really don't like the Raiders as 49er fans, right? So all of a sudden the Raiders just take away. I would feel like they took food off of my table. Now, you guys, it's personal. I'd be mad. So, yeah, gosh. But it may happen. Okay. But then again, they may mess up and get something else. Hayden, who's a better? Maybe they might take Judy. I don't know who's going to pick up Judy. Otherwise.
See, but you never really know with the Niners, with Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch.
True.
You never know.
They may have been thinking Judy the whole time too.
Jimmy's looking at Henry Ruggs, and then John Lynch is looking at offensive linemen. Well, it seems like that.
Hayden. You know how they play games. Could the 49ers...
Yeah,
they knew Ruggs was going to... So Ruggs says the 49ers are called... What I'm saying is, maybe it's a diversionary tactic, and they're doing that on purpose. Maybe Ruggs is not the target. Nah, Ruggs is the target. But Hayden, get into your phone, because you're sort of like in a background.
Okay.
Yeah, don't use speakerphone. All right, go ahead. What were we going to say?
No, is it... I don't know. I really hope they're not playing games.
They might be.
About the whole Henry Ruggs. And they'll get like an offensive lineman in the 13th pick, and Arnolf will just be like wide open in disbelief and just be shocked.
You're right about that.
They always do that. No,
yeah.
they're gonna take Henry Ruggs to IHOP.
Yeah. As long as they don't take it, if they don't take any play to IHOP is the clue. If they take anybody to IHOP, he's not on their list. They just want to have pancakes that day. Kind of worries me. Well, Ruggs, they just now talked to Ruggs. It went public today as far as interviews, right? Interviewing players. And so they've talked to everybody but Ruggs up until today in interviews. But then Ruggs says, 49ers, they call me constantly, along with Vegas and Denver. So, really? So I didn't know that.
To play with Denver and Raiders, huh?
Yeah. And the Raiders picked before we do.
Going to win that one.
Well, the Raiders could be.
See, that's the
Raiders could be playing games too, though. They may not be interested in Ruggs. They should be. They need a defensive. They need a secondary player.
And it's in 2 days too, so it's even more stressful. It's not like we have a week to just we have 2 days to prepare for this.
I know.
Emotions.
There's no way to prepare for this. Really, there really isn't, Hayden. You know, what's going to end up happening, you're either going to be delighted, disturbed, or no emotion. Like the Mike McGlinchey pick that year. I didn't have any real feeling about Mike McGlinchey. I didn't know what to think. I didn't have any thinking. It's sort of like a blank, right? I don't have any problem with McGlinchey at the time.
If they take Henry Ruggs to IHOP, like order it takeout, are you gonna make like a video of it?
Henry Ruggs. That's right. Social distancing. You can't. They're not taking anybody to restaurants. They're not doing any of that stuff this year. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's no sign of IHOP.
Yeah. Well, next year for IHOP, I guess. So. Well, Hayden, I tell you what. Go ahead and get some rest. I'm gonna see you tomorrow if you get a chance. Okay? Be looking for you.
All right.
All right, Hayden.
Oh yeah.
Have a good day.
It was my birthday, April 19th.
April 19th? Weren't you in here April 19th? Why did you tell me? What's the date? 22? 21? Hayden.
No, it wouldn't let me in, so I couldn't.
Hayden, your voice is way back. What is your Wi-Fi or something's wrong here? Hayden? Yeah. Hayden, Hayden, get in tomorrow because it's getting late. I'm gonna sing. Let me do happy birthday tomorrow for you, okay? Get in here tomorrow. I'll be doing that. All right. Night, Hayden.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye. And let's bring in the Iron Sheik.
Ronbo! What's going on? I had to do it again. I was mute off, mute on.
I tell you, Sheik, so many crazy things being said tonight to make you think, right? So Santana gets me started by saying, "When's the last time there's a really first round pick as far as wide receivers go?" And then you got Jay saying, what was that point Jay made that stuck? Anyway, there's been several points made tonight, and I said, going into this program, watch, there's going to be that penetrating thought you got to take seriously. There's several, but we're looking for yours, Sheik. I know you've got something to throw in the pile tonight, and I'll never say first-round picks. Or where Santana got that one wrong, though. There's been a lot of good players picked in the first round. There's just been so many more. Oh, I know. It was Stan who says, well, you could probably say that about any position, actually. So that's true, too, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I
get it. But the thing is about, there's a lot of smoke screens, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan's like I said the other day, they're like a ninja just throwing these, smoke bombs. And so you think they're thinking what they're going to do, but they're going to do something different.
Oh, yeah.
They said that there's a deep wide receiver. That is true. That is a deep wide receiver, and they might get one later on. And so everybody's, the Niners are not going to get a wide receiver? Oh, maybe we should just chill on our pick and not trade up and go get him. So they're just blowing these freaking lies to them. Say, we're not trying to trade up. We're not trying to give up picks because we don't have those picks to give up. And we're not trying to give up a second or third or maybe a first round from the 2021.
No.
So they're just trying to play it smart. They're playing mind games with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Kyle is he's been in this business for a long time. He's seen a lot. So he knows what he's doing. He was with the Denver Broncos for a little bit, and all that. Kyle Shanahan learned from his father in the organization with the 49ers and in other teams that he was with. So he knows how that works. And we have these other GMs, with maybe I can't even say his name, the old Lions GM that we had. He knows how that works as well.
McMillan?
So,
who was that?
What's that?
And was it McMillan? Who's it? Lions.
Mayhew or his name.
McLuhan.
No. The assistant general manager that we have.
Oh, you're talking about right now.
It was a Lions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Martin Mayhew.
Yeah. Mayhew. I always screw up his name. But yeah, I just think that people are thinking it could be Ruggs. They're calling for Ruggs. Yeah, they probably are, and they're probably very interested in him. That's why they're thinking, okay, well, the Raiders. Now they're throwing their head. They're just like, the Raiders. Let me tell you about the Raiders. They've been blind. We've been killing them for years, decades. I'll just say decades. Remember the Crabtree situation? They picked Harrod Bay. Remember they picked up Conley, They missed so many picks, the Raiders, with them. And the 49ers been smart. We got McGlinchey out of it. We got Nick Bosa out of it. And they did pick up Remember Farrell?
We
they
always
reached for that mother effer.
Yeah. So we always beat them out of players. That's true.
We always do. And that's the thing about the 49ers. We know what we're doing, and I have high hopes of this organization than knowing what they're doing, like you said. But let me say about this Kinlaw Foundation.
It's a foundation? I love it.
yeah. That's what Will says and all that. But let me just say, remember like when you log off from your computer from the old style, shut down. That's what it is. You shut it down because it's not going to happen. Because 3 wide receivers is going to happen. Kinlaw, unfortunately, he's not going to happen because there's a deep defensive tackle. Yeah, it's a little space between them, but there's Elliott, there's Matabuki, there's Raquan Davis, there's Blacklock. I could just keep on going and going. And we have all these rotating guys. We need wide receiver. It's Debo Samuels and a bunch of question marks. We'll give Kyle Shanahan his guy. Yes, we are first for a running team, but he's going to need that balance.
He needs
that balance.
Kyle wants to throw.
Yeah.
It's just that part of the offense is just not full. It's not through being built, put it that way.
Yeah. And all these NFL teams are going to recognize, okay, they're going to be doing this. So they're going to recognize Kyle's scheme and certain things. So you got to mix them, mind games with them. Oh, are they throwing or are they passing? Because they have Ruggs or they have Jared Judy who's going to break her ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Or they have Lamb, he's like Hector Yakgard. I'd rather pick those 3 guys than a defensive tackle that is going to be a rotating, and he's not. I want impact. We're ready for an impact player. We're not looking for waiting game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've done it long enough. The rest of the team is built for the most part. Because Shake, Kyle Shannon's offense. Usually, you see a lot of play action. He hits you with dual misery. He's got the pre-snap movements going on, and then they go into play action. Now the defense is scattered, right? Now you do these weird things, misdirections and all that stuff, and that's why it works. So when you see Jimmy G standing under center like way too many times like I did last year, that's not what he really wants to do. Kyle is limited to that due to various things, and it ain't all about Jimmy like Mike Florio thinks. It has a little bit to do with the receiving core as well. And that's why Jerick McKinnon and a star receiver, now with Debo seasoning, Trent Taylor is solid. You get him in there, now you can watch the real Kyle Shanahan offense. He's not loving to run on every snap. If it works, okay. But it's not exactly what he wants to do. So that's what I'm looking forward to as well.
And also, I was watching 49ers Central on NBC Bay Area. Yeah, like Mayock, that's a Mayako and Hittner and Laura Britt. Anyways, yeah, all those guys. Even Papa was in there. They were saying that the wide receiver Whitner is high on Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. Either or they'll stick. He compares Jerry Jeudy to Emmanuel Sanders, but better. So if you get he's a great route runner, and Ruggs is a game breaker. So he loves those guys. So I'm with what Whitner is saying, and I'm excited for Ronbo. You have 2 days. And
one day. We got one more day to go through. Today's already over. All right, see.
Yeah, one more day, man. All right, bro.
Shout
out to Ronbo Fan Club. Shout out to you.
Thanks,
holding it down. This guy needs to save his voice, guys. Let him save his voice.
Well, I'm going to lose it anyway. That night, I'm not going to be able to talk Friday. And I think it's a 3-day draft, too. Hopefully we get some picks, though. I may be able to heal up on Friday, unfortunately. All right, Phil.
We will trade up. I guarantee you. Faithful, hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Sub all platforms and download his app.
Thanks, Sheik.
Shout out to the Niner Empire, baby. Let's go. Go Niners.
Thanks, fam. See you tomorrow, Sheik.
Later, bro.
Later. And there's a Tyler sighting. Hey, Tyler.
Ronbo, my man.
Tyler.
How's it going?
We have some things to discuss, man.
Tyler like runs. I'm driving down the social media road, and all of a sudden this truck blindsides me. I look up, it's Tyler. Tyler, hey, what do you got against Jerry Jeudy? What? No.
Okay, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I love you, man. We're brothers.
Yes.
I mean, I'm with you. I love Henry Ruggs, but we have got to have a little discussion. Okay.
Go ahead.
What does Kyle Shanahan value the most in a wide receiver?
Route running.
Route running.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy is the best route runner in the draft. Now, if you're saying that, like, as far as I'm concerned, Henry Ruggs is a good route runner. He's a good route runner. He's not great.
He's not Jerry Jeudy good, but he's decent. Yeah.
No. He's good. He's a good route runner, but Jerry Jeudy is levels ahead of him on route running.
Yeah.
And also, he is. I would say that Ruggs might be a better route runner than CeeDee Lamb, but CeeDee Lamb has those hands, and he's really good at yards after catch.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, if we pick any of those three receivers, I'll be upset if we pick anyone other than Jeudy.
I agree. I won't be upset. I just have a preference.
Like, I would be upset if we picked anyone other than Jeudy if he's on the board. But if we pick Ruggs or Lamb, I'm not going to be mad. But at the same time, Jeudy is the best route runner. So if he's on the board and Ruggs is on the board and we pick Ruggs over Jeudy, I'm going to be very upset because you look at Kyle had in Atlanta, you have Julio Jones, who's one of the best receivers in football. What is Julio great at? Route running. He has, I would say maybe him and Jeudy look like they have similar speed. I could be wrong on that, but I don't really know. But they look like they have similar speed.
Julio's a 4.3.
Yeah, and what's Jeudy?
4.4.
4.4. Okay. I mean, but still, they look the way they run routes. They're freakish. So, like what Kyle did in Atlanta with Julio, it was special. Julio had his best season with Kyle Shanahan. And if you get a receiver with the talent that Jerry Jeudy has, Jerry Jeudy is the most bust-proof wide receiver in this draft.
Word?
So that's another big thing.
Tyler, are you sure?
Yes.
All right. I'm not going to try to unconvince you that.
Of course he's
Tyler,
the most...
my position isn't that Jerry Judy's not a good one. I think he's really a good wide receiver. In fact, you're right. There is nobody that's going to run crisper routes than Jerry Jeudy. My feeling is with Kyle Shanahan's offense, if he's got a guy that's going to blow the top off that defense, you're going to get a lot of things happening now that are going to remind you of the Atlanta Falcons because Julio was a guy that not only took the top off the defense, Julio was like an all-around weapon. They also had Taylor Gabriel in Atlanta.
And Jerry
so,
can
you
do
had dual outside threats. You got to have that guy to move that secondary out of there and have guys like the Honey Badger stop moving his guys up because he's got no respect for the speed of the receivers. I do not want to see again.
That's what I'm saying, though. Jerry Jeudy can play the Julio Jones role, and Trent Taylor can be the Taylor Gabriel role.
Oh, no. Trent doesn't have straightaway speed. Trent is quick within a short distance. He can kill you. There's no defender that's going to stay with Trent and when he's having a day for short yardage. Taylor Gabriel was your deep threat. He was pretty good at that. But this is why we lost the Super Bowl because of a deep threat, Tyler. This is what you got to understand. A lot of teams will always win. Why? Because they've got that one or two guys that have to be respected. You don't want your secondary and everybody playing up close to the line of scrimmage. Get those guys back out of there, and Kyle's going to operate his offense a little better. This is my problem.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at it from the perspective of Jerry Jeudy is the best wide receiver in the draft. He is the most polished route runner. Shanahan loves route running. That is something that he is on top of because what does route running do? Route running gains separation. If you're great at route running, you gain separation. Jerry Jeudy puts freakish move on guys that I haven't seen somebody do in a long time. They say that he's probably the best wide receiver to come out in the last 3, 4, 5 years, maybe. So, I mean, you look at it. I mean, he's the best wide receiver.
I'll make this promise.
We should want him first.
I will make you a promise. If we get Jerry Jeudy, I'm not going to be upset. I'm just saying. If you know what, there better be another speedster somewhere in this, and they can pick up though. I need those guys to move the heck back. Tyler, I need these guys thinking they can deal with any receiver that we got to not think that way. I want nerves shattered. I want guys scared. I want them standing on their toes. And I want them yelling across the field, break, 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 11's go. Oh, God. I want to hear that. See, with the guys we got now, and Judy, he's going to beat guys, but they're going to beat him midfield and things like that. They're not going to beat him deep. I need that.
But we still got Goodwin, though.
Maybe. You don't know. Goodwin may be gone. I mean, the 49ers are already shopping him. They told everybody. And then I wonder, Tyler, if they can't find a trade partner, what are they going to do with him? Are they going to keep him or not? See, these questions and more to be answered at another time. Anyway, Tyler, we got to go. And I'm not hating on Judy. I just want you to get that straight. I didn't say I don't like him. I just said I got a preference.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Ronbo. But what I'm saying is
you keep bringing your case how good he is.
Judy, though.
And I'm just saying, I can't prefer him because of the fact that I think this team needs that guy to knock off the defense's top. But Judy's a good player.
But we
doubt
don't need
about
an
it.
elite wide receiver. Judy is the best receiver, and he's the best route runner. Shanahan loves route running.
As long as I got Kittle, Debo, and Taylor,
Our
I'm
potential
fine.
is fully exploited if we have Jerry Judy with those guys.
Maybe.
The best wide receiver, best route runner.
Tyler's gonna get. He's always got his
And
T-shirt.
plus,
made.
he's kind of a. I think he's more of a. Actually, although something I will say about Ruggs though that I really love is when you watch his highlight, it was like 6 or 7. His first 6 or 7 catches on the highlight tape are all touchdowns. So I mean,
what he
he's a
does.
touchdown machine is what it seems like. But
that's what I'm saying.
Judy's
You make
the
a
best receiver,
mistake.
so we'll see.
It's like it's like Goodwin used to say to make me laugh. You miss your cues, it's a wrap. You lean left, you lean right. You don't know, it's a wrap. I mean, I want to see this, because it is a wrap. These guys with that kind of speed, you got one mistake to make. One. That's it. You're not going to recover. You're not going to recover. You're not going to be able to retreat. You might as well trot, because everybody in the stands is going to be laughing if you try to chase that guy down. See, that's why I want that. That's me.
Yeah,
But
something
anyway.
you see with Shanahan, man, is like how he's out in practice and he's teaching receivers. Like receivers know how to run routes, but Shanahan will fully get these guys developed on their route running. So even if Ruggs is a little bit, if he's not as good a route runner as Judy or CeeDee Lamb, Shanahan will fully get him up to his full potential on his route running. So
I agree. And also, remember, Marquise Goodwin wasn't that good of a route runner. And he's not bad down the last couple of years. Anyway, that first year in particular. So Tyler, we got to go. Let's see Tyler Gabriel. Tyler, we got to go. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Oh, God. That's fun. That's what I'm saying. I run into this all the time. When I say how much I like Ruggs, Judy people come attacking me. I didn't say, I think Judy's dang good. He is awesome. I'm not saying anything bad about Judy. I just like the speed, which we don't have. Ma'am, hey, I'm going to go ahead and leave and see you tomorrow, and we're going to do this again. Oh, it's going to be rough tomorrow, man. We're going to be, woo, man. Got a mock draft coming up with Cool Whip, and then we'll get into talking about what's up for the following day. Fam, have a great night. Try to sleep and dream nothing but Henry Ruggs at the 13th pick. Niners!